Oh, you guys posed? You fuckers.
Oh.
Ow.
Fuckers posing with your things and...
Do we not normally?
Why don't you pose, John? Yeah.
That face, though. Me. The voice that goes with that is definitely me.
Hi, everyone.
They're so good. I love them. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, that's really
You
well.
want to give some context to these?
Yes. So, a few weeks ago, Crosshair announced on Twitter that it was the 4-year anniversary of LARPs making its debut on Geek and Sundry's YouTube channel. And Crosshair kindly said, hey, 5th year. Wait, 5 years. Oh, dear God, we're old.
Yep.
5 years. So Crosshair wanted me to buy some supplies to celebrate for people, so I bought some donuts. And that's it. So thank you,
Very
Crosshair.
cute, very
Thank you
delicious
very
donuts.
much.
Yes. Thank you to the Crosshair for this.
Thanks for the hype train, folks.
Oh, we started another hype train?
Yep.
Oh my God!
Weird news. Thank you for the boots.
It's happening.
Those were tasty.
I'm trying to think of what our next anniversary for the game will be. Like, there's
For this game?
Yeah, because I don't remember.
Because we started around
Started
January.
in August.
What?
Oh, this game, yes. Streaming in general in
Wow.
January.
Yay! Look how exciting!
I'm just thanking everyone.
Look at that emote, it's so cute.
Whoop. Oh shit! Thank you, Elzul. Thank you, everyone,
Guys,
for the
thank you so much.
subs.
Very
This is
good.
so wonderful.
So that's that emote that you just got there, Kate, that is almost like a Sophia emote.
It's
Yeah.
so cute.
I
The
feel like
If
we
Sophia
could
was blonde.
I feel like
The
we could have
heart.
3 character emotes. One would be Sophia, like, singing, and
Yeah.
one would be Patches, like, tinkering, and then one would be Brom, like...
Like snapping
like just
his own
dead.
neck.
What?
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
We're at
Bron's not dead
94.
yet.
We're at 94%.
Oh my god. Hype train. Choo choo.
So much
God.
hype.
I'm gonna hype. I'm gonna hype. Oh, I hate.
And if y'all want a second donut, by the way, there are. So John, you just let us know, and I will pass the box to you.
We'll see. I am trying to get my shit together here.
Oh, it's true. Actually, Weirdness makes a good point. We already have the perfect Brom emote. I don't even...
Yeah, it's Super Brom night.
Bowl.
We have the
Super
perfect
Bowl,
Brom
Super
emote, but it's
Bowl,
not
Super
our
Bowl.
emote.
Ow. Yeah. Damn it, Dio being so cool. How dare she? Have to get less cool.
Yeah. Dear.
Grr.
Just kidding.
Scott, you're close. I need a slight tilt
Up,
down.
down.
Tilt.
I need less headroom.
It's going up his nose right now, Scott.
Max headroom.
A little less.
Whoa.
Like split the different. There you go.
Lock
Stop there.
No. I said lock it.
Oh my God.
Rock
What's
and roll.
happening?
We're good. Now we're good. We okay? Go,
Yep.
Let me know.
It is Superb Owl Night, and yet we are without our Superb Owl.
There sounds owl.
We're also without her prey.
But their presence is felt because of Superb Owl and Superb Donuts.
Yep.
I don't know how you guys are feeling. I certainly feel like it's been more than a week since we last played. Part of the reason for that is that I've had a very busy week. So it's very nice to be back on the, well, as have you.
Hype train,
as
if
have
you will.
Everybody. Yeah, back on the hype train, if you will. Anarchy! Kung Fu, no! Just tearing
Kung Fu,
walls
yes.
down and stabbing.
We have a minute 30 for somebody to continue that hype trade. 94% to level 3.
Kung Fu, no! Oh no!
Yeah. I mean,
So it feels like ages, is what I'm saying, I guess.
I can't contribute because I can't.
What's your channel? Yeah.
I can't do it on my own channel.
You can't whale yourself?
I can't
It's not
cheer.
really-
I wonder if I have any
really how
bits.
it works. I know I
My
do.
Prime sub is not yet available. No.
Oh, there we go. Weirdness.
Thank you.
Weirdness, thank you.
Choo-choo, level
But
3.
Choop,
It just
choop,
feels
choop,
so
choop,
good.
choop, 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 choop.
I can't.
Hey, bee.
small bits.
Oh, I have barely any bits at all remaining. I have 82
You
bits.
guys are just so generous.
That's not enough to join a hype trade.
Whereas
I
not
think you
enough.
have to at least have 100.
But let me see if I have my Prime sub still available.
which is why I am a miser. All for special occasions. Yay! Kung Fu, thank you.
Yes, seriously.
Thank you.
It is very kind. However, yeah, so it is Super Bowl Sunday. For those people who are, into that kind of thing. Clearly, the four of us have chosen to do something else with our time.
Playing a different kind of game.
I really hope that team wins.
Yeah, that team. Definitely rooting for that
The
team.
Kansas City Chiefs, because that's who Pukajutsu and Aragorn want.
That's
to
fair.
play.
That's
also a fan.
Aragorn's team, yeah.
Yeah, that's why Aragorn's not here, because she's...
Yeah, I knew about her. I didn't know about Pook.
Well, Pukajutsu was saying things about that. Now, I understand Go Sports Ball, but in much the same way that I wouldn't want somebody to be like, go
Hey,
play
thanks for-
D&D when we were doing this. People are allowed to enjoy sports.
There we go.
Hey.
Hey, I just clicked subscribe and it didn't work.
Rude.
Why not? Tap to share your 7-month message.
Boop.
Whoa. Yeah, Mistrich.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Hey.
Right.
Whoa, subs
7
definitely kick
months.
it up by a lot.
Yep.
Well
So
done.
What the hell house is that?
It's,
Dougal.
Ah, hammer time.
Jiggle, which actually is quite apropos, I would say. No?
Yes.
We're not talking about that? No.
Hey, you're welcome, Elzul. You're welcome,
Thanks
John
for
Barrel.
the Love Ghost. What is that?
Yeah, it looks
love
like a little
ghost.
ghost going hurts.
Yeah, really.
Actually,
Not realizing until
Yeah,
it was
Liz,
too
can
late
you
that
put
Scott
some-
and I are
can you give us
both
one of these?
wearing.
Well, I put on this plaid
Okay.
first. There we go. Very
Hold
good.
up.
wait.
I
Don't
put
make
this
me
on.
go get into my green plaid.
Oh, that would be so.
I don't own any plaid.
That makes me sad.
Why? I don't
'Cause it
want
rhymes.
And
any
it
plaid.
makes me mad.
But can I buy you some plaid,
some
and would you
plaid?
wear it if I bought you plaid?
I mean, no.
I respect that. I respect that. Actually.
Well, you're so soft.
He could wear some around, tied around his neck like a cape.
Thank you. Oh, no, I know why that is.
Is your switch switch?
Yeah,
Got
I
a
I probably
miss.
flicked it on and off.
Yep.
If you know what I mean. Hello.
Hot.
It's more that I tend
Doing
to
this for
be
years.
I tend to run hot compared to other people. So
But
I
you're
don't,
wearing a leather jacket.
well,
He's
that's
miserable.
for
That's for the art, Liz.
that's for the art. That's for the suffering.
Thanks, Grubermensch, for the heads up.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's all good.
Sigh.
Uh,
Better than 2
So
hours from
good.
now when it's like, oh, that's weird.
And it's saved by the maid.
be like,
Man, English is weird.
yep.
Let's
That's
see.
good.
Hand height.
I'd watch this with me in a Hawaii shirt.
So
like
would
a
I.
Hawaiian shirt. I do not own a Hawaiian shirt either.
And Bermuda shorts.
Would you get one if we did another beach episode? But like the NPCs go to the beach. Like
And-
the PCs can come.
And
but
like a
it's the
fun
ends.
hat.
Oh, now we're stretching it into fun hat territory.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, you got to give them something for those wonderful donation drives. What are we calling them?
Just
Marathon
general
episodes?
support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
General support.
I mean,
General tech support.
my outfit. If people desperately want it to change, we can think of better outfits to put me in if we were looking for stretch goals here. I mean, we did raise a considerable amount of money for charity by slapping me into a Bowsette cosplay.
True.
Run
Which was
top.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, what I saw in the VOD.
When was the beach episode? What episode number was that?
Oh, God.
Ask Kung Fu Fenris.
I recently skimmed
He's the one
through
who's
all
like
the
chapterized
episodes.
everything. Kung Fu Fenris
Could
and
it
go.
have been episode 69?
It might have been around there.
Episode
Episode 69 was a Beltane, I'm pretty sure.
Classic episode 69.
Lab coat and 10-gallon hat.
10-gallon hat.
I'm thinking spandex.
Hot train
Oh,
success!
Wait.
That means
That means it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh,
we
okay, 'cause we did it.
Got level 2 completed.
Clap, 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 clap,
Clap,
clap,
clap,
Such
clap,
strong
clap, clap, clap,
support.
clap, clap. Call, call,
Choo
call,
choo,
call,
6
call.
subs, 8 of 5 bits.
We love
So
you guys,
kind.
and you love us. And I feel like this is a nice little
Yeah.
rondelay of
Emotes are
love.
being delivered to the supporters.
Whoa.
Choo choo. So if you supported with bits or subs,
6 subs and 805 bits.
you get emotes.
Whoop, whoop. This is awesome.
Level 2 emotes that are like fiery and monstery.
Any other game news or life news that we should be sharing? I feel like there was something, but maybe not.
We wrapped our play.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. That's right. Well, hence the week of
Kate
busy.
wrapped her play.
Yeah.
Hence the past week of busy.
Yeah.
Hey, 189. Here we go.
I spent way too much
Okay.
time at the actor office, but other than that, nothing to report.
You do that for the craft, right?
Hours and hours.
Almost to 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's been great.
it's been good. But you know what else has been good? This game.
Hey.
So why not? Why not we figure out exactly what's going on here? Have you spent experience?
Did they spend
3, 2, 1, go.
Super power.
That's right, Aragwen. Even though you're not here, this shows how much respect we have for you.
I didn't want to
respect,
sully
that's it.
their experience spending by spending on my own.
Boo!
She wouldn't appreciate that. She knows I'm in the doghouse, or the Brom house, as it were. No, it's true.
You want to say what you bought?
I got Chronos 3 set in stone. Lets me
Which sounds awesome.
freeze folks in time in a way.
I got Sovereign 4 Dictum.
Hardly even knew him.
Ugh.
Give
Dictum?
a
Hardly
give a
even knew.
simple directive and it must be followed.
So one thing that I should point out is you technically cannot use it until you've used it at least once on Zero.
True.
Well, actually you can, but then you would, you know,
That would not be very nice.
well,
I
you'd-
mean-
you'd be letting him down.
You gonna
Can't
order
have
me
that.
to make you a sandwich or something? Lick my shoe. What
Whoa,
the fuck?
whoa, whoa!
Why?
whoa,
Why?
Look,
whoa.
that might be what they're into. I
Hey, it's
don't
true.
know.
You know what? We're all adults here. Right? We're all adults here.
So the players are getting more and more broken, so I have to deal with that. That's a fun thing for me to look forward to.
John, party wipe, then we can go back to level 1.
Yay.
Boom.
Yay!
Eh?
Don't tempt me. That's what that face says.
Yeah. Just got a shotgun with a really wide.
What happened last session?
Woof, a lot. Liz, do we wanna run through separately or?
I just have a note here that says Mazer, douchebag satyr. We hate him, all in caps.
Classic
So.
Liz note. I can.
Oh.
Do you want to jump? I can jump in.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Brom was just managed to get away from his assailants in the alley. Well, got away. He was aided by Halea, of all people, who yeeted him across the street and saved him from certain death. He used this opportunity to run down into the metro, Lucien Lallier metro station, where he was pursued by several changelings and helped by an industrial punk lady by the name of Nancy. She seemed cool. She gave Brom her number.
She seemed cool.
She gave Brom her number and sent him on his merry way. And Brom made it back to the tunnel leading underground towards the Spark. In said tunnel, the only other person, the satyr from before. His name is Mazer, as we discover. He's trying to figure out. He's trying to find out from Brom what he must have on Halea that caused her to turn on Broken Flight. Brom's like, nothing really, whatever.
She never specifically wanted to hook up with Brom. Just
Nancy.
Fender's throwing that in there. Like there was,
Yeah. It
He's just a
wasn't.
concerned citizen.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know that for certain either way. Can we?
Scott's still
No,
pulling out
John
hope.
decided to write Kathy into this universe. It's fine.
Oh, cool!
That's who I was picturing the whole time.
Kathy.
Anyone else?
I like Kathy. So, yeah, Mazer wanted to know what Brom had on Halea that caused her to turn on Broken Flight. He is convinced that Brom
is lying to him about wanting to help. He's convinced that Brahm just wants to take revenge upon them, to crush them, to kill them, whatever. He taunts Brahm with having known Kay. He also, I feel like he said something else here that I should probably mention. Anyway, that's it. He has a gun. Brahm decided to charge said satyr with said gun. Got shot in the process. Brahm was very injured, and it didn't go well for him. As he lay dying, Mazer told him that while the members of Broken Flight may believe in the prophecy, he knows where he can benefit from the situation, laying bare his ulterior motives. But at that moment, Brahm was saved by Fala and Halea. Fala covered their exit as Halea carried him up to the spark. Brahm kind of made it look like he was capturing Halea so as to not arouse suspicion.
Because telling the truth to your friends is a bad idea.
God forbid.
Well, he's going to tell the truth to his friends once they're all in the same place, as long as they're all alive. He promised to help Halea with her oaths, maintaining her oaths. He passed out. When he woke up, he was getting fixed and berated by Dr. Saley and by Sophia. Bon.
Sophia had a threesome in Care Frost with Zeron
Right.
and Queen Laurel, and then studied
Done weirdness.
up late in the library with the prophecy, and now has a theory
Only
about
wearing
the
a sheet.
prophecy.
True,
Only wearing
a
a sheet.
sheet.
Now has a theory about the prophecy. She thinks, hey, maybe the events described in the prophecy have already happened. Maybe we've already done something to prevent the long winter. I need to communicate this to Broken Flight because maybe they are fighting for something that is not, in fact, true. So then she returned. Zeron told her the story of his chrysalis, which was adorable and about curling. And now she is back at the Spark
But more than snooping.
and angry at Brahm on her way to go interrogate Halea, and she ran into someone in the hallway. Who could it be?
We actually don't know. I know you have a thought, Liz, but
I do.
we actually don't know.
And when we last saw Patches 2 sessions ago, she had just come back from the super hospital, trying to track down Zister. Having had no real luck, she was headed back into the metro and ran into a homeless man who looked an awful lot like Kenwyn, but mortal.
Sad.
Yes, I am rooting for the Packers in the football. I am sure that they are playing today, right?
It's the San Francisco 49ers
Packers.
and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Packers.
Greetings, Packers.
Exclamation mark Packers. I'm not doing it.
Who am I? Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
You
Bastards!
Part of me, no, you know what? I'm not going to say it out loud, just in case it influences Kate's decision later.
Oh shit.
You wish you were Kenny.
Why?
Kenny literally has a superpower.
He's Mysterion.
He's Mysterion.
Oh, that's fair.
And Mysterion's special power is he can't die.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a superpower. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. Doesn't sound very good.
Like when he dies, he wakes up the next morning and everyone forgot that he died.
Yeah. Except for that one time where he was dead for a few weeks. Most
Weird.
of the season. Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are equipped with cards. They're right here. This is for our safety and for our enjoyment. Green card means that I am totally okay with what's happening, even if I outwardly do not look like I am and wish to enthusiastically continue. Yellow means that I am approaching my limit, and while I do not need to stop, I do not need this to get worse or more intense than what it is now. And red means that I need to immediately stop, either having the topic of conversation changed, or we need to take a break and reset and figure out what's going on. You in the chat do not have cards. This is not because we do not like you. It is because you literally do not have cards to show. But there are avenues that you can take. Normally you'd be able to private message a mod. Today you cannot. They're not here, so you can private message me. If you private message me, the players will not see it. I am the only one who has access to that. or you always have the ability to leave. We will not think of you any less. Just if you gotta go, you gotta go, and you can always contact us on our Discord channel later on, so that we are made aware of what's going on. I'm not saying that we will necessarily edit the game or change it based on one audience member. Obviously, there's a lot of things that factor into it, but we still know and care and wish to be a part of your general well-being. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Let's see what we can do about all this.
Already have that again.
You know, there are times where games exclude. This is especially common among games in which elimination takes place. It's very obvious when somebody gets excluded from a game when they are literally no longer allowed to play. But that also exists in other games. Maybe you made the wrong decisions early on, or maybe you rolled the dice and you just happened to be unlucky the first few rounds, but it's become clear that you now no longer have a place, that the game is over effectively for you, and that no matter what you do, nothing will change. I'm not even talking about king-making here. I'm talking about how you are literally a lump of flesh sitting at the table and nothing matters.
Damn, dude. Wow.
It's a bad place to be. Now, there are games in which this mechanic is well respected and that actually makes for an exciting, stakes-filled game. Obviously, the game of Werewolf or Mafia continues to be popular despite the fact that it has these eliminations, but man, does it feel bad when you are sitting there at a table and you look at your pieces on the board and you realize that they mean nothing. So what happens when you start the next game? Do you choose to play? Do you think, well, I was unlucky the last time and this time around maybe things will be different? Or do you look at the game as it's being set up once more and realize that you're out of your league? That you maybe should be playing against people who are of a similar skill level to you, or perhaps maybe you should learn the rules or the strategies a bit better before you try again. Or maybe you just like to repeatedly throw yourself into the abyss again and again. The level of saltiness in the air just rising, the amount of sodium coursing through your bloodstream, peaking again and again. But the game's still there, still ready to be played. Patches, you are standing in a tunnel. This tunnel is relatively newly remodeled. It stretches between a metro station, Vendôme, and the super hospital that was built behind Vendôme. It's also a tunnel that leads to the various exit points for the train. If you were taking not the metro, but the above-ground train further on towards Dorval or Montreal West. And while people are moving back and forth in their hustle and bustle, there is indeed this one guy sitting there. He's got a blanket that he may or may not have stolen from the hospital itself. He doesn't look scraggly or unwashed, but definitely has that air of defeatedness and just staring straight ahead. There's no sign, but there is a hat with a couple of coins sprinkled on top of it.
I go up to him. Can I buy you food? Can I just up the road.
No, no. Thank you. No. I should stay here.
Why? Why here?
I gotta keep making money.
Pull open my wallet. Pull out $40.
Pull out like 2 Bitcoin.
I was gonna say, take Bitcoin.
Not handing him my treasure. I think I know you.
You don't know me.
I think you're an acquaintance of one of my friends, or
I don't have friends.
you're from here, aren't you? Montreal. I think you're at a Halloween party I attended a couple years ago.
I think you need to go.
Can't I get you a place to sleep for the night?
I'm not listening to another sermon.
I'm not interested in saying a sermon. I'm literally interested in giving you some food and a bed to sleep in. You can come back here tomorrow if you insist. You can come back here in an hour if you insist.
I don't trust you. Nobody gives things away.
My name is Patricia Chambers.
Nobody gives things away unless they want something.
You're right. I think you've seen a friend of mine who's missing.
I haven't seen anything. You a cop?
No.
You talk like a cop. I'm not here so that you can feel better about yourself. Go
I'm not
away.
interested in feeling better about myself. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Oh shit.
I'll scream.
Do you think that the average passerby will have sympathy for a homeless person? You know how jaded people are.
Fine, I'll go. He reaches forward and he just gathers the hat, dumps the 7 coins into his hand, and he just shoves it into his pocket, pulls up the hospital blanket, wraps it around his neck, and just starts walking towards. You were coming from the. So he starts walking towards the hospital.
Much easier to wayfare someone, flicker flash someone when you could tell them where to go. Very good that it's fixed. Very good that it's fixed.
Oh, you didn't tell them where to go. You just sent them there.
Yeah, exactly. You, moon. Dead. Bam, straight to the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What's your favorite food?
Fuck off. I don't go to your fancy Halloween parties. I don't want to hear your sermons.
Have I said anything sermon-like thus far?
You said that we could do this easy or hard.
Yeah, that's not a sermon. That's a threat.
Can you roll me? Can you roll me your manipulation empathy, please?
Can I get a hero's folks
Or
in chat?
intimidation? It's up to you. But you have to tell me which one you need.
Intimidation.
Manipulation, intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Difficulty?
Oh, he's in a bad 6. He's not in a good
Still
place.
only
right?
2 successes.
So he stops. You are a cop. I know you're allowed to lie about being a cop. I haven't done anything.
All I want to do is give you a nice warm meal and talk to you.
You want something from me. I'm
Yes,
not
I
selling
want
them
to
out
know
anymore.
if you've seen someone. That's all.
I'm not an informant. I'm no fucking snitch.
It's not what we've been led to believe.
Who are you?
My name is Patricia Chambers.
What are you, Mountie?
I am friends with an acquaintance of yours.
This guy, well, I mount things, but I'm not. I don't
Oh,
know what's- I don't-
sorry, say that again?
I am friends with an acquaintance of yours.
I don't have friends.
As I asked before, what's your favorite food? I'm happy to buy you any meal you want.
I'm not a fucking snitch.
Cool. If you don't have a preference, I guess we're going to be going, since you're walking towards the super hospital, there's the liquid nutrition in the lobby.
I don't want you,
Are you
to
allergic to
follow
nuts?
me.
Because that's all they serve.
I don't want you here. Stop bothering me. Just go. I don't know whoever you're looking for.
We have video evidence to the contrary.
Technically. Like, that's not untrue.
Yesterday afternoon. Where were you?
I was in the hospital yesterday afternoon.
Yes, you were. With who?
I was alone.
No, you were not. You were with a middle-aged man.
I don't know who the fucking doctor was.
Not the doctor. There was an attack. Do you remember that?
No.
What's the last thing you remember?
He's given you enough of his time. He starts running away from you. He's remarkably spry.
You would be.
I'm going to start chasing him.
Okay. Please roll me your dexterity athletics.
Bye, Poop. Bye, Poop. Go to.
Pooches!
Dukes.
Thanks, Poops.
Athletics. -2.
Yeah, wouldn't that? Yeah, you're good.
Thank you, friend.
Oh, okay.
Diff 6?
Yeah.
4.
Oh, I rolled 0 successes.
Cool. Whoops.
So,
Just kind of falls over.
I mean, you can catch up to him now. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to like tackle him? Do you want
I would like to grab him just by the shoulders to like face him and be like,
Okay, so the instant that you
Yeah.
grab him by the
Yeah.
shoulders,
Yeah.
he with one hand he covers his groin, the
Okay.
other one he covers his face, and he just winces back from you. And you see that he goes limp, so he just slides down against the wall, and he just cowers like this.
Oh.
I have no interest in hurting you. So I'm gonna like crouch next to him. just want to talk.
First, you're going to tell me where you're from.
I'm from here, from Montreal.
Who are you?
My name is Patricia Chambers.
No. Are you police, Mountie? Are you
Special
from the
Forces.
States? Special Forces. Now he looks up and is like, the fuck?
Yeah, you're wrapped up in some big shit, dude. Sorry.
There was an incident yesterday at the hospital. There is footage of you being involved.
How? I was
Was he shot?
not by anything that you could see on a camera.
Okay. But have I been told by anyone? Because Zeron was shot. Was Zeron blocking someone
Kenwin.
shooting Kenwin? Was that how Zeron got shot? Or
That was the original attack.
yeah, and then I know he ended up with Zister as well. Sorry, it's been a few months and I don't have my details straight.
No, but it's, yes, the
Yeah.
original reason he went to the hospital is because Zeron was trying to protect him from getting
Yeah.
shot, and
Yeah.
they both got shot.
Okay, so he got shot as well.
So he's definitely injured
yeah, okay.
still,
You were injured.
but he may not remember how he was
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
key.
You were injured. We have footage. There was a. Do you need the book?
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right. There's an attack in a Depener, and then you were at the hospital, and there was another attack there. We have reason to believe that someone is after you.
Not again.
Okay, so this is familiar to you. This means something to you. Will you please let me take you somewhere safe?
I haven't seen any of them in years.
Unfortunately, whoever they are seem to be back. Will you please let me take you somewhere safe? It can be somewhere public like a restaurant for now if you don't trust me yet.
Fine. Fine.
Thank you. So I'm gonna bring him to the liquid nutrition in the hospital. I mean, or I could take him to the A&W, but he didn't seem to be interested in going for a walk.
He was interested in getting away from you.
Okay, so I'll take him to the A&W then.
He doesn't seem very interested in going towards the hospital.
That's fair. Good.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
It could be like the nicest 5-star restaurant. If it's in a hospital,
Yeah.
I don't want to eat.
You're like,
I
yeah, no, I
just find
get
it so
that.
odd that they
Right.
have something so full of nuts in a hospital. It's like, Alice? But whatever.
Hey, like, look, if you're gonna have an allergic reaction, if you're gonna go to the
It's the right
anaphylactic
place
shock,
to be. Yeah, so I bring him to the A&W. I get him some amount of food. I sit in like the back area behind the cash, out of sight of the front door. I'm going to
you gonna steal his fries?
enchant the thing that re-enchant him with the food. There's a word. There's a proper way of saying these things.
Yeah, you're going to enchant
Okay.
him.
Use
Great.
glamour
Yeah,
into
use
something and give
glamour.
it to.
That's
You're gonna infuse glamour into the food.
Yeah.
All right. I need you to roll me
Yeah.
your charisma empathy.
Oof.
I'm at a -2, so that means no dice.
Which means
A luck roll?
you can spend a point of willpower for an automatic success.
Yep.
It's better than rolling 2 dice, eh?
Is that your imbalanced willpower?
No, I have. That is what's left.
Okay. So he's sitting there, and what food did you enchant?
If I could get an answer out of him, I would have figured out whatever he wanted to actually eat.
He mumbles something about nugs.
Great, then I enchant the nuggets. I enchant one of the nuggets, the one on top.
I'm sorry, Mortal Kenwin says the word nugs.
Dank nugs.
Yes, he says the word nugs.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. This game keeps getting better. Please continue, I'm sorry.
So he sits there and he just starts eating the fries one by one. haven't seen any of them in 7 years. I was a kid.
Did you see anyone yesterday? Do you have any recollection of yesterday's events?
I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to stay. So I left.
We have no record of your being on the streets.
That's where I've been.
For how long?
Since I was 13.
How old does he look?
Early 20s.
Oof. It's heavy, man.
And can you tell us anything about these people?
I used to sell drugs. I don't anymore. They didn't like the fact that I left. I told you, I haven't seen them in a long time. There'd be no reason for them to come after me anymore. That was a long time ago.
Then do you have any other suspicion as to why someone would be trying to shoot you?
No.
Sure you haven't made any enemies since, if you don't think it's them. If you don't think they would have a reason to come after you.
I don't remember. And he reaches for a nug.
I'm just gonna sip my coffee.
Does he reach for the right nugget? Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rip.
Look, there's a lot of things I don't remember. My memory's not so good.
We think it would be best to put you under protection, but it does have to be by your consent.
I don't trust you. I don't trust. And then he pops the nug in his mouth. And he chomps on it. And he swallows it. And then he looks across the table at you and he sees that you don't really look like some rando. And he looks down and he sees the hospital blanket wrapped around him, and his eyes grow a bit wide, and then he just slumps back in his seat. He looks far more graceful than he did just a moment ago. His features changing, regaining the look of an aristocratic she. Somehow he manages to make hospital blanket chic work.
Sophia would.
Will you come back to the spark with me?
What
We've been
happened?
attacked twice.
What happened?
You were with Zister, and he blocked a bullet for you.
No, I in the hospital.
I mean,
What
you
happened
were
in the
with
hospital?
Zeron, and he blocked a bullet. Stupid set names. I don't have those details. Zister's missing.
Zister?
Yes.
Why? What?
I don't know. I was hoping you would. Sounds like you don't. Will you please come back to the Spark with us? We can assure your safety there. More than anywhere else.
I think I should still be in the hospital.
We have a doctor. A doctor that will be capable of caring for your wounds rather than apparently sending you out to beg in the metro.
So I forgot, and then I got sent out here. I must have left on my own.
Yeah.
And there's just this shame radiating out from his face.
Our mortal selves are quite different, but I don't know how much time you spend outside of freeholds and the like. You seem to have some gaps in your memory.
I don't have gaps in my memory. When I don't remember this, I don't remember where I live. Because I've never bothered to Why am I telling you this?
You don't have to tell me anything, but I think you should come with me to the Spark.
You're not going to shoot me, are you?
Do you see me shooting you?
Possibly.
I'm not going to shoot you. Unless you attack me, obviously. I hope that's obvious. They seem to be after you. They seem to have been done with you. You've served their purpose, and they no longer want you around.
And so you're deciding to take me back to a place that isn't safe either.
As safe as it gets.
I guess that's true. All right. And he very, very delicately folds the paper around his remaining nuggets in a very kind of precise manner and puts a little crease in the fold so that it stays closed.
Shall we?
I have open wounds. We don't need to walk, do we?
We'll hail a cab or call an Uber.
Would you not have driven to get to the hospital?
No, I don't think I did for some reason.
Rock on. I don't remember.
I mean,
that
it's
either.
easy. It's like
Yeah.
metro, basement, metro, basement. Like,
Sure.
Save the planet.
Anyway, you're getting him back to the Spark?
Yeah.
I don't really care how
Yeah.
you do it.
Cool. Yep.
He remains quiet. But when you return to the Spark, there's a couple of things. First, Sophia and Brom are not there. Second, Incisor takes one look at him because she's still hanging out in the exhaust. The fuck he's doing here?
He's now an enemy of our enemy, so I guess that makes him our friend.
Where's Zister?
He doesn't seem to remember yet. Hopefully after some rest, something will come back to him.
She takes one like, he's bleeding.
Yeah? Would you be so kind as to find Dr. Saley? Or shall I bring him down?
You should bring him down.
Will do.
And roll me your perception empathy.
Hang on. Maybe nothing. Maybe something.
Maybe everything.
Is
Is she
this
flirting with
detail
you?
oriented?
No.
Okay.
She's flirting with you? Yeah, classic.
Div 6?
Yep.
2.
There's vague amusement.
I don't have any awareness or time or patience for trying to figure out why she's amused, so down we go.
It becomes relatively obvious once you move through towards Sally's office that she's got a tablecloth laid out over the bed and is enjoying tea with your father.
On!
Oh, right. Wait.
No,
Sorry.
your father is naked on his hands and knees with a spread of sushi on his back.
More clotted cream. Oh, God.
Hydrogen peroxide?
Well, that's all I needed. Bye, everyone.
So there are cucumber sandwiches with the crusts cut off, and
Lady.
Sorry to interrupt your picnic, but we have a patient.
your father turns around and he goes, "Oh, Patricia, It's good to see you.
And you, Father?
And Kenwin looks at you and is like, your accent changed. And Saley
It's been
looks up.
scientifically proven that when women are on the phone with their parents, their voice goes up a register.
You brought me a present.
Yes, a present. Take care of him. Have fun.
I'm gonna have to examine you for wounds.
As much as you like. Just make sure you can answer questions when you're done with him.
Oh god.
I like wink at Kenwin as I like walk away.
Kenwin's just like, no. Do you need any help? I could use a bit of assistance with this one, yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna steal one of the non-spoiled sandwiches.
Tastes like
Cucumber, butter.
cucumber,
pepper.
butter, and white bread
Yeah.
and salt.
Yep.
But yeah, so the last thing that you hear as the door starts closing is, look in there, see if you can find the chains.
Well, she won't let him escape her clutches, that's for sure. I'm gonna go back up to the exhaust.
So you get back up to the exhaust. Incisor is there still.
So,
Yeah.
you've worked here, been involved here, hung out here, lived here, whatever, longer than I have. You've known
Yeah.
Zister since you were young.
Yeah.
Where would Zister go if you didn't go to this far? Have you ever known Zister to be disenchanted?
It's never happened. Well, when you weren't around.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where he'd go.
His
'Cause I
entire
don't think they
life's
have
here.
him. Yeah.
He'd probably try to go find Talus, but Talus is
Talus is
here.
I should ask Talus, I guess. I don't know.
You know, maybe his husband would be a better choice.
I'm being quiet. Sorry, folks. I suck. Being all feelsy and stiff.
Intimacy.
How you holding up?
This sucks.
Yep.
I mean, is there anything else to like put the nail down on this? This sucks. Look, I can't leave here. You want to go find Talus? I think that he's still in his office, or like you could go into the kitchen and make something because
Are you
I
hungry?
froze the cook.
Yeah. Gonna like head into the kitchen, see if there's anything I can stick in the oven.
So in and around the kitchen, there's a couple of things. You find a frozen lasagna.
Done.
And then when you
I
come
hope
out of
it's
the
a big one.
kitchen, you see that there's a bleeding Brahm on the floor, and Incisor has her forearm pressed into Halea's neck up against the door towards the garden.
Whoa, timing.
And Halea's hands are
I
just
love it.
up like this.
Why did you bring Braun back here?
She's not in a position to answer.
Oh.
Incisor is choking her. She doesn't seem to be fighting back,
Yep.
other than like trying to,
So
free
Braum
the
seems
arm from her
KO.
trachea.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna check
Braum
on
is
Braum.
passed the fuck out. He's been shot. Okay, well actually, first of all, he's He has several arrow shafts that are still protruding from his back, so that's one.
They're cold iron.
Well, the cold iron is not
Oh.
the shaft, but the actual
The
arrowhead.
arrowhead, right.
I have medicine 1. Would that be enough to know whether I should leave the arrows in or pull them out?
Oh, the horrible thing is, no, at that point you have to pass the arrow through, potentially.
Incisor, do you have her?
And then you just hear her fist just slam wetly into her face like 3 times. I got this.
Okay, I'm gonna go get Sally. For Brom.
Brom's also been shot. Not just with arrows, but with bullets.
Do you want to maybe throw her in the dungeon? She probably has answers. We should probably keep her at least really alive.
Oh, alive.
Easier.
Lucky bitch.
Yep.
And she just starts dragging her by her, like she's just got her by the lower lip and is just pulling by
Yeah,
her
no,
jaw.
be comfortable alive. Just make sure she can at least answer questions.
This isn't the first time I've dealt with assholes.
Thank you.
And just flings her by the jaw into the elevator
Yikes.
and then steps in. And you can see that she stands on one leg, so she's on her left leg. Her right foot is leaned back and is now pressing once again into Halea's neck as she reaches forward and slams the elevator pole down to head downstairs. And she just keeps that pose as the elevator just starts going
Nice.
down. And you can hear as it squeaks, you hear the refrain to "Mama said knock you out."
Yeah, I'm booking it to Sally's office.
So when you get there,
Yep.
you see that Sally has ripped open Kenwin's shirt and is peering at the various bullet wounds that are on his chest. And you see that your father's head is quite close to hers as he also is looking.
Bigger fish to fry. If he's not going to die in the next 10 minutes, Brom might. He's in the lobby. Please come.
And then you just hear Sally,
Cold iron, of course. Brom's gotten himself into quite a pickle.
"Oh, all right, you, unrestrain him and throw him in a room. He's going to be fine. Sheets might not be, but whatever."
Oh.
And she crawls her way back upstairs, looks down at him. "Well, I can't lift him."
I can help you. We can also wait for Incisor to come back. Is he in a state that we can lift him?
He's in a state.
Good one. You hear from beyond the grave, I guess. Sorry, beyond the veil.
Alice! You want to like call down the hallway towards his office?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can we have your help?
Clop, 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 clop,
Okay.
clop, 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 clop. And then the satyr walks into the room and he looks down.
We need to carry him down to Sally, over to Sally's office.
Maybe the 3 of us can. So as the 3 of you take various positions and lift, I should point out Brom weighs a fuck ton.
Yeah. Do we have like blankets on the couches or whatever? Like throw blankets?
Yeah, a few.
Yeah, I would probably slide one under Brom and probably like roll him onto it and just drag the blanket.
Nice.
Or take the like
What is your strength?
3.
You still need help to roll Brom.
Oh yeah, like the 3 of us together though, I think it would be easier.
So as you roll him onto a blanket that you can hear
Ripped.
the various different threads complaining as you start pulling.
Yeah.
Just Sally's just like,
It's probably Sophia's favorite, I'm sure. It's gonna be covered in bloodstains.
don't know, the rabbit does it.
Very
Stronger
carefully.
than we think.
Until you eventually manage to get him into the room, up onto the bed, and Sally just starts, like, she pulls out an awl and a hammer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Get out.
Thank you. I'll be around if you need it.
And then
Set
she
of
peers at
hands.
you. You fine?
I'm better than either of your last two visitors, so
Get in bed.
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
And
Mom.
then you just see her place the awl
Not
like
yet.
on Brom's chest, just close to where, or sorry, on his back, because they put him
Yeah.
face right where one of the arrows is, and she just starts lifting the hammer.
Should I be awake for this? I'm not, so we're good, actually.
How'd I go?
Yikes.
How injured are you?
I'm wounded.
Oh wait, we can show people that.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, it's messed up. Here, I can fix.
Rude.
I had to shift things around.
Yeah, because I wasn't here. It's all my fault. Gotcha.
Master of the house. Okay, what am I gonna do?
Um,
La, 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 la.
they are
Wow, things are very messed up. All right, let's.
lethal, but not aggravated.
Right around this time, you probably get a text from Sophia.
Well, I
Your
would have.
response may have changed slightly,
Yeah.
but the essence is the same.
Yeah. Found Kenwin found Kenwin.
Re-enchanted him.
Found Brom. Found Halea. All at Spark and secure.
Perfect.
Right where it is?
And she responds with, "Okay, keep everyone safe. Yeah, I'm heading back in the morning. See you soon. Stay safe."
Why is that? That's my old headshot. I mean, I feel like that's probably an old headshot too.
Oh my God! Yeah.
It's probably when we first added each other or something.
Why can't I move this?
Rude.
Locked?
No.
Folder.
Why?
Blood
is it,
emoji.
Why is it
Knife
all
emoji.
not
Gun emoji.
being nice to me?
Rude.
Sorry.
Oh, because it's locked up there.
There you go.
Turns out that if you lock the whole
Hold there.
thing,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The
then
whole ice
you can't move any of it.
Rude. Rude,
Super
dude.
rude. All right, let's just fix that and then.
Everyone is bleeding.
Just start building a new character real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. I
Let's
think.
just
Biscuit?
get Patches' shit
Clarify.
I
together.
think it says Selkie.
Oh yeah,
Circle.
you're right. Skirt. Cute and small.
Weird that I
Which
find
one's
you
the biscuit?
really cute.
Back.
This guy.
And
No, that's a Claricon. No, that was a
Patches
Claricon.
Yeah.
back
Because the
up here.
So that must be Pisky. Sorry.
Smooth like
Like
There you go.
buttery.
buttery
Full on glamour,
nipples.
one willpower, and not a lot of health. So
Yeah.
you sleep.
Yeah. that sounds
Sleep
like a
quite
good
well.
plan. I tell, Taliesin and Sizer to wake me if they need anything.
Before you go.
Yeah, wake me up.
When you wake up, however, it is much later in the day. Around, when did you get back?
Probably early afternoon.
Yeah, so you wake up around like 1.
Yeah.
You do feel much better though. You can heal 2 health levels.
Ooh. We rested enough for willpower or not?
Yes.
1 willpower and 2.
You already
health
regained
levels.
yours, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Right, I was out entirely, so I did.
Okay. What happens when you get up?
I'm gonna go to Sally's office, I guess.
So on your way to Sally's office.
Yay!
Sophia emerges from Sally's office, making a beeline for the elevator. And maybe doesn't see you right away. Maybe you collide. Maybe.
Sophia?
So this is what it's like when worlds collide? So this is what it's like?
Oh, Patches. Oh, thank goodness. And she goes to hug Patches, if that is their relationship.
I think it will be a little awkward, but I mean, we have been,
They make
We're-
out for like 45 seconds.
Nice.
Sorry, what?
Well, if she casts Well of Life in her mouth. Anyway,
I just saw Brahm.
and
I mean, he looks terrible.
but he's alive.
Yes.
Okay.
No
good.
thanks to him.
Who? Him?
Brahm, keeping
Oh,
himself
no, yes,
alive.
Okay, yes. Yes, well, I'm
I'm gone for one night. One night.
Unconscious. He was unconscious when
Barely
he got back.
24 hours. I can't believe.
With Halea.
Oh my
somehow.
god, I could
Halea,
throttle him myself.
I
Halea's here,
assume-
yeah, I
cool,
heard
great.
about that. And you found
Kenwyn,
Kenwyn as
yep.
well, and you did you re-enchanted him?
Yeah, because it was the only way I was going to get him to come with me. His mortal
Oh my
self was
God.
really uncooperative.
So we don't know who
And
tried to
trouble.
kill him or who did succeed in kind
Yeah,
of
well-
killing him or not.
Yep.
Anything else I should know?
I'm relatively alive and in most of One Piece. But no
I'm
luck
glad.
tracking down Zister at the super hospital other than confirming that he was there at one point.
We'll find him.
Yeah, and we'll find Kyoko. Any luck out west?
It was a good trip. Um,
Wow.
I did some thinking about the prophecy, actually.
Yeah, that's what I call it too.
Perception.
Thinking about
Thinking about the prophecy, yeah.
I did some deep
Empathy?
digging into the prophecy. And
That's 2 successes.
do I need to roll to see if she reads me?
What are you trying to read?
It was a good trip.
I had a
It
good
seemed
trip.
like an odd response considering the circumstances
I
that
mean,
everyone
are
else
you
is
really
in.
trying to conceal that you had an interesting trip?
I mean, I'm saying stuff about the prophecy, but I
Yeah.
don't really want her to know anything else.
All right,
She
roll
sure
me
loves it.
your
Sees like a thread from Zeron's coat on her shoulder.
roll me your appearance subterfuge. And your
Hashtag.
perception subterfuge or perception.
My
Oh.
subterfuge specialty is it wasn't me.
I mean, if it's
that doesn't
perception
apply here.
subterfuge,
Because clearly it is you.
I would roll better.
Sorry, can I just get that called out in the chat? Does Liz actually have a specialty in subterfuge? It wasn't me?
Yep.
That's amazing. How did I not know that?
I also got 2 successes.
So you both got 2 successes?
Yeah.
Correct.
That means that she can detect that it was a good trip and possibly not just because of the prophecy, but
Okay.
doesn't
there's
have any
something more,
inclination as to
but
why it might not
Cool.
be.
I'll just
Maybe she really, maybe you really like
furrow my eyebrow.
uh,
Cold
wheat.
places
Snow. Yeah.
in winter. Uh-huh.
Yeah, in winter, yeah.
Cool.
We love you, Saskatchewan. Sorry.
So what have you found about the prophecy?
Well, when I give the prophecy 2 patches to read over quickly.
Copy of it, right?
Yeah, we made copies.
Right.
And very specifically, she wasn't allowed to leave with the original,
That's, yeah.
because that's what libraries tend to do.
Right. Which is why I was concerned that she had pulled some sort of
No,
it
my
wasn't
God.
me, switcheroo.
No, it wasn't me. No, 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 no. Wasn't me. And
Your specialty comes with a theme song?
yeah.
Detective.
I'm wondering, especially because of the last few lines, that maybe we actually already kept this from coming to pass. High King David fell. Lenore
Yeah.
of House Dougal replaced him.
That's an interpretation. The beginning seems to be about soldiers or stuff like that. The lesser not being able to
Some
overcome
might
the
say
greater.
easy.
I'd forgotten which was the capital.
Trying to keep
Bad at
secrets.
geography.
It's not Saskatoon.
Regina, yeah.
Words unsaid emit from those with sight.
Regina.
Someone like Paris, who can't speak but who has access to a prophecy of his own. I want to speak to you and Braun together, but
Well, we need Braun to recover.
yes. But that's where I'm at right now. And this means that if we come across other members of Broken Flight, it's possible they are being misled or deliberately led down a certain path that suits the agenda of whoever is at the top.
Not quite sure how Leia got here with Braun. Braun was unconscious. I don't know what's going on.
Well, let's go talk to her then.
Shall
Shall we?
Your health levels at this point
Yes.
now.
I didn't mean to like snatch it back a minute and be like, let's go!
So remember that you heal your
Nightmare.
lethal
Okay.
and you heal 1 of your ag.
Nice.
So you actually now can move around if you want.
Ow.
So basically, we're gonna.
I pull a Geralt. Fuck. As I get up. Probably. May I?
You want to fuck?
Come on, you know that's not what I meant.
Do I tickle your fancy? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I just got married on Sunday.
So,
Don't you have a... I saw the way you were looking at Mr. Malcolm.
is that what his name is, Mr. Malcolm? I'll just call him my assistant now.
Is he studying medicine?
He's studying all right.
What do you mean? Textbooks?
Trying to change the subject. You're still awful alert.
I'm sorry, awful?
Awful alert.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thing.
I am. I won't be doing anything stupid, if that's what you're wondering.
I'm not sure how to accept that.
The truth of it, or the intent?
She looks you up and down. You don't leave the freehold without telling me. Yeah?
Understood. Thank you.
You're gonna need some clothes. You want me to get them for you?
That would be great.
Or do you want to traipse around naked around here?
Yeah.
I don't think I need to do that. No.
Yeah, you give people a bit of a show. It's not every day you get to see someone rock hard like you.
Dr. Staley, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I realize I never really asked you too much about where you're from, how you know so much about the body. Do you have any military experience?
No.
Right.
Why? Do you want me to? Could find myself a bit of a military get-up.
That's not what I meant.
Isn't it?
No.
You're the one who decided to just scream out obscenities
Scream
in my
out
office.
obscenities.
Getting up saying, fuck.
I was hardly screaming. No,
compared
doctor.
to me.
It's for something else. We've now encountered, or at least I've now encountered, 2 members of Broken Flight on a couple of occasions face to face, and both of them confirm the same thing, that they're operating in cells. And if there's no way to reach the other cells through them, then we've hit another dead end. I can only hope that one of them knows something.
Now, see, when you come to me, you don't get to have a dead end. I'll fix it so you're not dead and it's not the end.
Right. So we find a way. Brute force it if we have to.
I'm not very good at hunting down terrorists. I'm very good at making sure that you don't die when you decide to run at them.
Yeah. I don't know how I can thank you. Not get shot again. I think I'll take my clothes now, please.
I'll be right back. I'm going in your room. Rifling through your things. And then she just walks down the hallway.
Scott briefly thinks about the idea of, adding another kith to his imagined list of sexual exploits, and then thinks to himself, no thanks.
Don't need another.
Oh, don't we?
No.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah, of course.
Taylor.
Phew.
When she comes back, she just lays out athleisure wear.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, guys. Yeah. Brom's going to be wearing
The sort of thing that
jogging
Brom
pants.
would wear to train.
Shot again.
Mhm.
It's like those tiny little shorts. And a sweatband?
I think they're stretchy pants. I don't have a sweatband, but it's definitely an oversized sweatshirt that says like, I don't know.
Dad bod.
Oh, it says NYU on it. Probably.
Okay.
Dad bod.
It would say.
Holy shit. Sorry.
But anyway,
Yes.
you can rejoin them.
I will. I'll meet them in the exhaust or in the dungeon.
Maybe we're on our way to the elevator at this point?
Yeah.
A tall troll is coming towards you.
Brom, you can't come with us if you're going to try to stop us from interrogating her.
Hi, good to see you up and about.
Thank you.
How did you and she get back here? I came out of the kitchen, you were unconscious and very injured.
Is there anyone else in the exhaust?
In the exhaust currently?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Then I kind of lower my voice slightly, but I speak to these two a bit more quietly. Halea wanted it to seem that I had captured her, so as to not arouse suspicion to get us here. She saved me. That's how we got here.
Who put those wounds in you then?
Mazer.
Her boss. Her colleague, her accomplice, someone she's worked with.
Is a pretty dedicated satyr.
Just him? Did he have accomplices?
Yeah.
Her friends, her allies, but theoretically she's not with them anymore? Is that what I'm to understand?
Theoretically.
I think you'll have to ask her.
I think I will.
Halea.
Someone starts passing through the exhaust. It's Paris.
I'm sorry, who?
The guy who we saved
Hot
that
Selkie.
was...
Hot Selkie! Right!
Yeah.
I never renamed him on the on RPG Clinic. Thank you.
Am I wrong?
Is that 2 R's?
No.
Sorry.
Paris. Paris.
Awesome.
Paris.
Oh, I thought it was Parris.
No. Paris. Paris.
Hot Selkie. Fuck, of
Yep,
course.
Paris.
How could I forget? I think I called him Cursed Selkie on RPG Clinic, actually.
He's definitely Hot Selkie.
So I start saying Halea, and I go,
Hello.
hello? Yeah, exactly, probably.
He waves and looks at you and looks at like, you know, I mean, you don't actually overtly look injured anymore,
No, but
but you're definitely not wearing like,
carrying myself.
you know, you're not wearing nightly.
A suit.
I like incline my head towards the elevator and boop.
And he goes into the kitchen.
I would like to come with you.
Sure.
Thank you. I don't have to do any of the
None of
talking.
us are letting her out of the dungeon.
Click.
That is correct. Oh,
Like
Yeah.
locking him out, or
Well, like,
No, it's more
closing
we're
the
all in the
elevator
elevator
doors.
with it.
Yeah.
the music
Oh.
that accompanies you as you're on your way down are the opening beats to "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins. No, that's in the middle of
well,
it.
I know. Oh, you literally meant the opening. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I understand.
So, none of us are going to let her out of the dungeon. All right? We're all making this pact so that she doesn't twist our minds or whatever she does.
Right.
She's not getting out of the dungeon in the next 4 hours.
Okay. I can
After
do
that, if we all agree, for some reason, somehow, that she's trustworthy. Truly doubt, but whatever.
When do we tell her brother?
Whatever the fuck we feel like, or maybe never.
I think
We don't want him busting her out.
He's already
Exactly.
done that once before.
Exactly.
exactly. I think, yeah. I think she feels that she's been twisted by Broken Flight. Perhaps it was always her intention, but perhaps it has gone too far. Or now I'm just guessing. I'm sorry.
So, I feel like the prophecy is just a warning about soldiers. If you rise up against the crown, they're gonna kill you. It really just seems like a nice poem telling you something pretty straightforward. So, I'm really glad that they're rising up against the crown, only to be, fought
Sophia
back
hands-
against.
Hands the prophecy to Brom because he hasn't actually read it yet.
Brahm is furrowing his brow and reading it as well. And proceeds to drop some knowledge. He does not.
Maybe he does. I don't
Maybe he
know.
does. You can make a roll.
I mean, I could do an intelligence enigmas roll or something. Would I be able to?
Sure. I mean, it's already been made by at least by Sophia. So
1 success. So nothing additional.
It does seem very straightforward. The last 2 lines in particular are incredibly direct when the rest...
you want to read
Was
those
not.
last 2 lines out? Just
Yes,
'cause
indeed
there
I
may
do.
be
to
people in
remind
the chat
people.
who
Yes.
To save the Fae from chill, the crown must fall. Our dreams rely on workers ruling all. It does seem straightforward, doesn't it?
Whereas the preceding 12 lines are much more poetic.
Yeah, which means that I feel like the rest is... it's either as poetic as the rest, like you imply that workers mean Dougal, and that it's already come to pass.
So the door in front of you is closed to the dungeon. The
Yeah.
keypad awaits.
I think
I
we have an
promise.
opportunity with Halea here to see exactly how, for lack of a better word, brainwashed by those higher up in Broken Flight she has been.
Yep.
Can we get her to see that there's another possible interpretation of the prophecy? And this will give us a sense of how likely others are to believe us.
Mhm.
I'm very angry with her, and there's a part of me that honestly wants to end her life to free Claude from his oath to her.
I can appreciate that.
If you say she saved your life, then something's going on with her, I guess.
Zealotry is a difficult thing, I will say. It would almost be easier to convince people to join the same cult under a different name than it would be to remove their understanding of this prophecy.
So we replace one cult with another?
Not a cult necessarily. I simply wonder whether perhaps they need their energies turned to something else. Inspired, you know.
If Patches is prepared to give Halea a chance, then I am.
I'm prepared to speak to
You're
her.
someone who's been directly hurt by her.
She saved my life twice, and I can't think that there would be a reason for that.
Twice?
Once in the alley, and again in the tunnel. Man. Narrow passageways and me. Am I right?
Let's stop splitting off on our own, shall we?
Yeah. None of them know where the Lady Kyoko is.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Somebody does. Somebody does. And we will find them. And they will tell us.
Dungeons?
Input authorization code.
Patches?
Eh.
You know what the definition of insanity is, Patches?
Having fixed this thing a dozen fucking times and
And
it's still doing
expecting
that
it
shit, so
to
how about
leave
you
it.
give your name?
Sophia.
Voice identification for remaining visitors.
Brahm.
Chiefs!
Eh.
Packers.
Welcome, Packers. It's good to see you again. It's been a while.
Dungeon access, please.
Of course, Packers. Anything for you.
Is this keypad still in love with Patches?
And the doors to the dungeons open up.
I thought Sister fixed that.
Have a nice day.
Fixed is a relative term.
Fuck.
You alright there,
My
bud?
foot got caught in a cable.
Oh,
Little
shit!
Velcro thing, yeah.
Uh,
Little finger
when you
trap
go
for
in,
your
so
toes.
remember how there's 6 cells in
Yeah.
the dungeon? When you go in, the first to your left is Claude,
Oh.
frozen.
So, he was placed in stasis
Yeah.
by Incisor.
Yeah.
We have no sense because she didn't really tell us and
She
whether
unleashed
she knows.
soap.
I don't know if she did
I
actually.
think she
Yes, she did.
Oh, okay.
You can't. This doesn't exist to
Okay.
To winter.
in the same way in that way.
Oh, okay. But like, we have no idea how long this situation's gonna last, do
Yep.
we? He looks
Hopefully
pretty
a long
frozen
time.
though.
Yep.
Does he look thawed at all? I guess is my question.
Madonna's Frozen is just playing in the background.
Oh, very good.
Your heart's
If I could melt your heart,
Where is that coming
we'll never be apart.
Keep going.
Halea is in the far cell. In fact, the same cell that you once held Talus in.
That cell gets a lot of use.
Though that cell specifically.
Yep. It's our strongest cell, I guess.
from? Yes, I too have had sex in this cell. I'm sorry, is that not what we were? Brom does not say that, obviously.
Halea looks like she's. She has a swollen face. She's been worked over quite a bit, and it looks like she was thrown in there without a whole lot of regard for like ice packs. There's a sort of a foul-smelling bucket off to one side, and she's just sitting there when you walk in. She lifts her head, and even though she still looks like she's been worked over, there's still a certain amount of pride on her face.
I motion towards the bucket for these two, and I ask, may I?
Not yet.
You kind of lean back against the wall.
We're going to be kind enough to not make you witness the torture of other individuals while you are in this cell. We're going to be kind enough to not play games with you. I know that Incisor didn't bring you here gingerly, but from here on, we will treat you humanely.
You have me locked up down here with my husband.
Unfortunately, we don't have a dearth of dungeons. He's only locked up here because of you.
What have you done to him?
Saved him from being torn apart between his oath to you and his oath to the crown.
You're alive. That's a good sign.
I would say so. As are you.
And you see just
Oh.
a tooth.
Oh boy. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, alive.
We're told we have you to thank for Braun being with us today. So you have our gratitude. Now, what can you tell us about Broken Flight?
An open-ended enough question. I know that I'm in a lot of trouble.
Why have you acted against them?
Because I don't think you deserve to die.
But you thought Kenwyn deserved to die? Zeron? The mortals who were captured? Cog's mother?
I didn't order anything against any of them. That wasn't my doing.
Bless you.
You didn't act against Brahm either, but you prevented his death, so why him? You need to understand that the way this looks is that you saved Brahm to gain our trust, to get access to our home, and start working against us from the inside. So why him?
There's something I need to make clear from the outset. There's a chance that I may not make it out of this conversation without breaking an oath. And so I have to warn you that anything I tell you cannot be protected by oaths, because they won't be worth much anyway.
Which one are you worried about breaking?
I swore an oath that I would do everything in my power to prevent the long winter from happening.
Well, that's pretty vague and pretty catch-all, and to our understanding, the prophecy has come to pass, so you're in the clear.
Oh?
You think this has anything to do with a prophecy?
That's what you made it sound like when you had me behind bars. That the actions of yourself and Broken Flight were because of a prophecy. And that's why you felt justified in rhapsodizing young mortals.
I was ordered to do that.
I've come to understand that you don't receive orders other than through small groups. From whom?
From my superior.
I have an idea who that might be, but I suppose we will...
It's not Mazer.
Oh.
Broken Flight is an organization that I thought was dedicated to making sure that the long winter would not come to pass. Since then, I no longer believe that that might be the case.
When did this change of opinion happen?
When Brahm let me go.
Can you embellish that change of thought?
I'm sorry, I don't... Embellish would mean to lie about it.
Oh, like
Elaborate on it.
Elaborate, thank you.
Okay, sorry.
No, thank you.
I've been working for a long time under the assumption that there were forces in play to bring the long winter about, the erratic behavior of High King David, the prophecies that you had heard of. And I swore that I would do whatever I could to make sure that that did not come to pass. At first, we tried to take a political bent. We attempted to reason. We attempted to show what we had learned, the dreams we had interpreted, the prophecies that we had discovered and decoded, and no one wanted to listen to us. I can't say that I'm surprised. Who wants to hear from somebody who believes that you should no longer be in power?
I believe it is a noble goal. A despotic monarch can truly spell disaster for an empire, a kingdom, a world, a way of life.
Since no one was listening to us, we decided to take another tactic. If they would not listen to words, they would listen to deeds. We would work to undermine and destroy if we had to, in order to save the needs of the many.
See, this is what I don't understand. You were operating off a prophecy. As you said, prophecies, dreams. You believed that you were working to keep the long winter from coming to pass. You were suspicious of the High King David. You thought that his continued being in power would bring the long winter about, and yet he fell. The crown fell, and yet Broken Flight continues. Why?
The crown fell when I was not aware of such a thing had come to pass.
You were reawakened and rejoined Broken Flight and continued fighting for their cause against Queen Lenore almost immediately. You do not even ask yourself if perhaps the prophecy you had been working so hard to keep from coming to pass was actually thwarted by our actions?
You are the High Queen's advisor of dreams, I am to understand.
I am very good at seeing alternate interpretations of prophecies and dreams.
If the High Queen told you that you were at war, would you believe her?
I would need to know why.
Then perhaps you do not have the heart of a troll.
Perhaps I don't have tunnel vision.
She looks at Brom as if to be like, the fuck she
And
said?
I immediately look at Sophia, who
What?
may ignore me.
Yeah,
No.
she
Oh,
does- she does
okay.
ignore you.
I'm probably cowed by this. Oh boy.
Yeah, actually, what is your emotional state right now? Like, simmer?
No, she's actually
Rolling boil?
she's-
Like, oh well.
yeah,
Go for
she's like she's feeling very confident in her argument. She's actually not angry.
Okay, so
She's
you're
doing
not
her best-
impassioned.
No, she's doing her
Okay.
best to stay under control right now.
All right. Well,
Bolt.
you let us know if that shit changes.
I will. I will.
If I'm given an order, I carry it out.
And yet you broke your order for Brom.
I was never told not to protect him. I was never told to ensure that he died. The orders
How
I was
comforting.
given was to find a way to convince you to go to Lenore. Not Lenore. Yes, Lenore.
Yep.
To go to Lenore and get her to dissolve Parliament. I imagine that there was a secondary reason that if I could convince you to talk to her, then at least they would be able to track you to find her.
I imagine so.
Has no one in your organization ever thought that maybe the prophecy is just a warning? Hey, if you act against the crown, they're gonna kill you. Because that's what I fucking read it as.
There's more than one prophecy,
Yeah.
more
But-
than one dream.
You're.
But as Brom made me believe, I'm not certain that those who wield this prophecy as a weapon do so in good faith.
You told us that you believed it was about keeping the long winter at bay, and now you say something has changed. What did you see?
You are so kind. Not to me, but to the boy. Cog? I saw them bring his mother in. She knows nothing about anything. The boy, useful only because we believe he has a tie to Lenore. And so she suffers because he's a young man in love. There's no spring in that. I asked if he would let me go so that I could help her, keep her safe. Because I promised him, I swore to him, and you did. You had no other reason. For all you knew, I was merely trying to get you to lower your defenses.
So how do we stop them?
I cannot help you there. I still have sworn an oath to follow the orders.
What use are you to us?
Perhaps nothing. It may be best for you too.
You can't give us anything. You said your oath was to prevent the long winter. And if you don't believe that's what they're acting against, if you don't believe that they're correct, and that what they're doing is to actually stop the long winter, then what is
But I also
preventing you?
swore to follow my superior's orders.
And what are your current orders? What are your outstanding orders? Apparently not to kill Brom. To collect Sophia, to convince Sophia to find Lenore, to lead you to Lenore.
If I speak further, I betray.
How honorable.
Yes.
So, what would you have us do?
I would understand whatever you needed to do.
Would you read this again, please?
The leaves stay mottled green, and as they drop, a soggy blanket mist under the crush. Blank stares ahead and frozen feet won't stop the march of modern sons who cannot blush. They rend from us the right to master fate. A vassal cannot break the chains of might. The length of winter coming shan't abate, lest words unsaid emit from those with sight. A life of logic stasis waits for thee, where reverie and hope ring only wrong. All warmth will go, thy wrap banality, and gentle rest for any full of song. To save the fae from chill, the crown must fall. Our dreams rely on workers ruling all.
What do you believe when you read that?
That I am a vassal, even though I tried for a very long time not to become one. Then I cannot break those chains. I don't have the might to do so.
Do you still believe that Broken Flight is working to stop the long winter?
That depends on what you believe Broken Flight is.
What do you believe Broken Flight is?
I think it's a banner that some have chosen to flock to and that others have chosen to exploit.
Sorry.
Whoever's at the top, do you believe that they are trying to exploit, or that they are a true believer of the cause?
She doesn't say anything for a long time, and then you just see. You've been around people who are very strong, right? We know people who are very strong, especially for their body type.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that somebody who has that kind of strength is that they have this tension in their muscles always.
Mm-hmm.
And while you don't get the impression that an oath is broken, you can see that just her shoulders drop. And while no tears fall from her eyes, she just looks like she is in such darkness.
Alea.
I tried to do the best for what I could, to save the dreaming from those who deserved it but could not see it. Even my own darling man. I thought I could try to get this done in a way that maybe one day he could forgive me when he realized that I was right. And now I am locked in oaths that I cannot break. Just as he was.
Will you tell us the oaths to which you are sworn?
I have sworn to do everything in my power to prevent the long winter from arriving. I have sworn to a young man that I will make sure that his mother is kept safe until she can be returned to him. I swore to my superior that I would carry out their orders. I swore that I would love and support Claude.
Does that last one still stand, do you think?
I see no songbird perched on my shoulder.
I don't know how you juggle your oaths in such a way that you were able to lock up a disenchanted Claude.
Because I could keep him safe that way. It was that or kill him.
I believe that was the same logic that led him to keeping you how he did for all those years.
What a wonderful marriage.
Indeed.
Alea, it is not ignoble to serve something greater than oneself,
I've done horrible things in that service.
as have I, and as have we all. I'm saying it with a straight face, and I'm really
Okay.
hoping nobody
Can
comes for me
you
after
can you
this.
roll me your
Sorry.
Yeah, can you actually roll me your
Matches that roll
charisma subterfuge,
detection?
please?
Sorry.
Subterfuge, charisma subterfuge.
Yeah. come on.
Difficulty is 6. You have a good sentiment behind it,
Yes, that's true. I have 0 successes.
but you didn't botch.
No.
Okay. So for the two of you, I will point out that Brahm, I mean, unless there's stuff in your backstory that I don't know, I don't think Brahm's ever done something like rhapsodied in the name of the Golden Braid.
We should talk.
So
I mean,
it's
he was
clear to
there
the two
at
of
the
you at
rocket
least that
speeding.
Brahm is trying to appeal to her. He isn't necessarily admitting that he's done some fucked up shit.
I mean, for Brahm, he's done some fucked up
Oh,
shit.
I'm not
but,
saying
like,
that either,
Yeah.
but
it's not
I mean, you're
equating
not
them.
equating the two of them.
That's fair. I want you to know, Alea, that everything you do is in the service of pushing back the long winter, staving it off. Everything except destroying glamour. You should know that.
I was told that it was because it was better to sacrifice some in the name of keeping it alive. But that was wrong, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Especially when you're sacrificing dreamers.
And yet I was ordered.
Ordered to consume that glamour.
Yes. I have been spending it, a lot of it, every day, healing our wounded, making sure that we can get to where we need to go. I'm a very loyal soldier.
You cannot tell us who your superior is without betraying them. This I certainly understand. If your oath is to follow their orders, could you tell us those orders? Perhaps there's a way you can continue to carry them out.
I'm to report back to him as soon as I'm able.
Cool.
I'm going to point out that she used a male pronoun there.
Mm-hmm.
Just, that's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us. Instantly. I don't know. I'm joking.
Tell us!
It was me. All along. Me.
If I'm to discover the location of the High Queen, I am to reveal it. If I am successful at compromising one of Ignite, I'm to exploit it.
That is awfully, awfully open-ended.
Yes, it is.
As orders to someone you can trust to carry them out well should be.
Would you say you were able to compromise Brahm and you are now exploiting it? What would you say?
It's impossible to compromise Brahm. I used to think that I had a troll's heart. Now I know that I merely am yearning, aspiring to find myself as strong as him.
I would like to roll on this sentence. Not Gwydion truth.
Oh,
I
not
don't think
Gwydion
she's-
truth
No, I
sentence?
don't
Oh,
think
okay.
she's lying.
Okay.
But I would like to try to interpret her intention. Is she appealing to me? Is she appealing to my
That
vanity
is a
or
perception
something?
empathy roll.
That's what I'm going to do.
Your difficulty is 7.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh.
No. So okay. So I'm pretty sure we're good. So I have one success.
Yeah.
But I have 2 ones.
Yeah,
It's
that's
canceled out. But then
It's not a
not
bot.
But it's not a
success.
bot.
So you just fail. You don't know.
Right.
Oh, but if you had bought.
I know. One day I'm gonna.
Is she
Is she
flirting
flirting
with
with you?
I think she's flirting with Patches.
Classic.
We can use this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I saw him risk his own soul's demise.
Some would call that stupidity. And some bravery.
Bromry.
As I said,
Patches.
there's no use in my swearing an oath here to reinforce my truth. I don't know whether at any moment I'll have failed to keep all of these balls in the air. I cannot compromise Brahm. I don't believe anything can. I don't even believe that the love that he holds for his motley, or his true heart, or his sons could compromise his heart.
What about us?
Patches is a weak-ass bitch, and she would just go straight dead.
Whoa!
Let's just...
Whoa, Patches.
Literally, all three of us jump on her and just like tear her apart.
I'd like hold you back.
Yeah.
No.
No. Tell me, what am I?
I don't think so.
I'd like to roll on that.
Sure.
Can I do a perception empathy?
Yes.
Insightful?
Yep. So that's not necessarily going to tell you she's lying, but it'll tell you what her motives are.
Yep, that's what I want. It's 2 successes.
She very much... Okay, so this is... Okay. 2 successes?
Yeah.
Fraught. I like it.
She is in a position where she doesn't want you to decide that she's... Like, she's trying to save her own life, but she also recognizes that she's come across an enemy she can't defeat, and so she actually has no reason to lie to them.
And she...
You may contain salvation for her, but she just doesn't know where that could possibly come from.
But she still views us as her enemy?
No.
Okay.
It's more like she was instructed that you were her enemy. And now she's like, I'm not convinced of anything anymore. And I know that I have oaths that I have sworn. And that's the most important thing to her, is that she will not break her oaths. She's a troll through and through. Like, that's something she can't do. But, so she doesn't know if you can help her, but she also doesn't think that you are necessarily, like, worthy of being destroyed. So she has no reason to lie to you. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in terms of empathy, she is, hopefully she would like to live through this. So that's not to be discounted. But she also no longer seems to consider you... You're still a threat, but you're perhaps not an enemy.
Okay. And if 2 people make oaths to each other, if both agree, are you able to end an oath?
Many oaths have that kind of escape, but some don't.
Okay.
So for instance, if you swear an oath of crossed blades against somebody, that's it. Like that's... Unless you specifically put in a clause in that oath that, like, well, like, unless
I feel like it, yeah.
like, you can't escape it. If you swear an oath like an oath of true hearts to somebody and you're like, for a year and a day, I will not know another's touch, you can't then be like, yeah, it's fine, you can know another's touch. But if you're like, I swear that I will love and support you, and then both people are like, well, for the best way you can support me is by leaving me the fuck alone, then you can end the oath. So some oaths you can, some oaths you can't.
Okay.
You definitely cannot unilaterally end an oath unless you have that kind of clause built into it.
No, I'm speaking specifically of the follow my superior's orders one. Like, if the superior is specifically like, you don't need to follow my orders anymore.
Then you're no longer a vassal and the oath no longer applies to you.
Okay.
Or if they die, then there's
plan
no
B.
order that you can follow unless they... The thing is, there's also trickiness there. She's told you the basis of the oath, but she didn't tell you the whole thing.
No, it's specific.
Because then he technically could be like, okay, well, I order you to listen to Patches in the event of my death. And then she would potentially have to do that unless the oath was specifically like, my vassalage is to this person. When that person dies, they lose all authority. So even any orders that I gave in life no longer apply. Or it could be like, I will do everything that you have ever literally said for the rest of my life and that of my next generations, like blah, blah, blah. But changelings tend to not swear oaths that are like my eternal fairy soul, because then you end up in really fucked up
That's a bad
situations.
idea.
Yeah.
But like, I guess for me, suffice it to say that we don't know the wording of it, and there doesn't seem to be a time limit or an end set
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
vassalage.
But if it is indeed a vassalage,
Yeah.
so there's a simultaneous oath that has to be sworn for someone to be a vassal and for someone to be a liege. The liege agrees that they will protect the vassal and work to give the vassal a better life, whereas the vassal agrees to do what the liege tells them to do, right? So it's sort of like how in the old, feudal system, a lord would, if somebody came to your farm and started fucking your farm up, the lord would have to be like, yeah, I'll raise an army to protect you. In exchange for every harvest, you got to
Yeah.
dump
Yeah.
15% of it at my door. And if I order you to
Your
not
protection.
engage in trade with the Huns, you can't.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So it depends on the exact nature of the oath, but it's also possible that she's been told that she's not allowed to divulge that. Yeah, fairy contract law. All of this is buried in your Greymare, which all of you have at least one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2.
I have 4.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, that makes sense. For the
The
castiest.
specialty of Chimera, so that doesn't necessarily.
But yeah, a reminder that oaths are one of the things that are most important to changelings. Oathbreakers are exceedingly rare. And the thing is that there's oathbreakers and then there's troll oathbreakers. It's one of the things that I don't actually like as much about the 20th system, because the frailty for a troll is if you break an oath, you lose your strength and your extra health levels, right? And I'm like, yeah, but if you break your oath, you're already kind of like a pariah in society. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like trolls don't have that bad of a frailty. But
don't do that thing.
it is sort of the sort of thing that like you can expect your average troll to choose death before dishonor,
Yeah.
whether they're Seelie or unseelie,
Yeah.
at all times.
Yeah.
But also sometimes you can break an oath in death.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this time, as of your last activity with the others, had you put things into motion to assure that Cog's mother would be kept safe?
I've hidden her. She's in a place where they won't know to look for her.
Are you capable of divulging where that is without breaking your oaths?
It will help keep her safe if we know where to find her.
But you're being watched. I can't tell you because if you decide to go and rescue her, they'll know where she is.
We are being watched.
So they could already know that I've spoken to Queen Laurel and procured the prophecy.
They probably do.
Well, then they don't need you to tell them where the High Queen is. They know where she is. then.
No, they don't. We went to Queen Laurel, not Queen Lenore.
I know.
She's being tricksy. Roll me your manipulation subterfuge, please. Your difficulty is 7. Oops, sorry. Bumped into this mic.
Gonna spend a willpower for an automatic success.
Oh shit!
Buh! So that's a single success.
From
So
the
many
willpower roll?
ones. Yeah.
I don't think it
This
worked.
doesn't do anything, weirdly.
I think it's 1 now.
Bot might have derped out for some reason.
Yeah, that's strange.
Technology. But we're tracking it, of course.
Yeah, it's on my sheet.
Yeah, but I'm also not... That is very strange.
Oh.
There it is. There was a delay. So
Okay. That's fine.
So-
That just has 1, 0, -1.
Yeah. Cool.
Owes 1 willpower to the dreaming.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
if you had any idea where the High Queen was, they'd already be there.
What would they do to her? Would they kill her?
I don't know. High Queen Lenore has not yet named an heir. If she were to die, it would throw the monarchy into disarray. There is no regent set up. There is no heir to the throne. It is possible that an argument would be made that Ferelith, Mab, and Morwen would once again be brought up as... But the power that High King David invested in the Lady Sophia no longer applies. The dreaming, we believe, would not back this claim up.
Correct.
Perhaps then your superior believes there's a way of having this power redistributed. You can't tell me.
They'd torture her or twist her or find some way to get her to dissolve Parliament as they wish. She's so young. It's a shame that they'll be doing that to her. I suppose I should go stop them. And I leave.
Oh.
I slam some dungeon bars on my way out.
I don't deserve this. May I ask a question?
Of course.
How is Claude? How has he been?
He's in the cell next to you. Frozen.
Over the past few years.
I do not wish to be hurtful, but I do wish to be honest. Claude, I believe, has been struggling, knowing your fate and knowing his. I'm sorry, but it is the truth. He loves you, Halea, and it must cause him great pain to know that this is what is required of him, or what was required of him.
He doesn't deserve that.
No, he doesn't.
I'm very thankful, then, that he and you have found masters worthy. Even if I didn't.
Halea, it's not that there is a clear way out or anything. I just want you to know that there is a way to move forward. I know it seems that all is dark, but certainly more than once we have proved that there can be a spark in the darkness.
Lady Sophia. I'm sorry.
It's not me you should be apologizing to. It's Patches, Zeron,
There are many.
the mortals who died under your watch,
Oh boy.
and Queen Lenore, because you didn't give her a chance.
There are many who I need to apologize to.
Don't
my lady.
waste an apology on me. I'm fighting for a better world. I cannot waste my energy making you my enemy. But I will not forgive you either.
But she has the same goals.
No,
She too wants to prevent the long winter.
she doesn't have the same goals, Brom. She has the same wishes, but she cannot act to make them a reality. She is bound by oaths. I sympathize. I do.
I've never known a troll that could not
These are realities. We have to face them.
find a way to break some of the chains that constrain them.
Well, it all depends. Is this prophecy still true? Or have we thwarted it already? Has the right crown fallen and the right worker been ruling?
I am no neuromancer, and I am not clever. If I was clever, when I was young, I would not have fallen under the sway of someone who convinced me that my loyalty was so essential to the prevention of the deaths of everyone I loved. Take solace in the fact that you found the right masters. I didn't. And it looks like everyone else will pay the price for it. Patches.
Yep.
Where are you going?
I'd like to go out to the garden.
Cool. So you're in the garden.
And actually, just before I go out to the garden, I would like to cast smoke and mirrors.
Okay.
I'd like to sum up the image of High Queen Lenore, and then I'd like the two of us to walk out to the garden.
So, okay, here's the thing. You
Okay.
can create a smoke and mirrors of High Queen Lenore, but she can only do one thing. You can only program her to do one thing.
That's an effigy. Smoke and mirrors is more like you can make a whole party. You can make it seem like it's daylight and there aren't any cars in the road. It would page 208.
All right, let's find this. If I can. I may not be able to.
I can hand you the book. Here, page 208, if you want.
Thank you. It's funny, it's my book, but I think I'm the one who's used it the least.
Yeah.
Do like this book, though. I was lucky to have gotten. I'm now a little bit upset that I didn't get the exalted version
The nice
of the
one.
deluxe.
Yeah.
But like now, if you wanted, it's like $400.
Oh my god.
So I just want.
Okay, so you can. Okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
You can program what you want to have happen, but
Yeah,
you can't
okay.
change it
Yeah,
in real
that's fine.
time. So you can
so-
arrange for like a conversation between you and her.
Yeah.
But that conversation
So I'll-
will take a life of its own if other things are reacting
so
to it.
I have a specific. So here's what I want to happen. I want us to walk out into the garden. I want to seemingly cast.
Smoke and mirrors.
I mean, no, I'm casting smoke and mirrors outside. Once we're outside, I want to seemingly cast Windrunner on her, and then cast again something else on her to make her disappear from sight, and then or something. Like, basically I want it to look like they see me with her in the garden and have her, like, leave and disappear from sight.
So the disappear from sight, you can just have the cantrip end.
Yeah, sure, then I'll do that.
I mean, technically, you can also just have her fly away.
Yeah.
You don't have to cast a
Yeah,
cantrip in
I'll
order
have
to
her
do
fly
that.
away, and then, you know, at the end of my cantrip, have her disappear. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. But I want to be out in the garden.
Is there any particular conversation you want to have with her?
No, because I guess I'm assuming.
So,
that,
Lenore, tell me about the boys you like. Well, I think I like Tommy. Well, I like Jimmy.
I guess, you know, like I'm assuming that there's no one inside of the spark and that they can only see the outside of the spark. So that is an assumption that I'm making.
All right. Well, what is your bunk?
I'm going to go through the spark, go through the exhaust, and I'm going to uncase all of the pillows, all of the couch cushions, and then like shuffle everything over by one. So I'm recloaking each of the cushions with the next cushion's slipcover.
All right, I'll give you a bunk of 3. While you're doing that.
That would be Faye.
Sophia's not going to leave the downstairs until Brahm does. Scott, would you say that Brahm and Sophia leave the dungeon now?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, I do. Not knowing what's going on. Oh, thank you.
You know when.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So we start to, we'll walk away. Hey? We'll head up.
Yeah.
2 successes. So, I mean, that means it'll last, an hour, which is plenty, I guess. I'm just gonna ditch these dice.
Oh, I do nod to the bucket. Brahm, you had said you wanted to do something with that.
Oh, yeah, it was sort of a, like, starting out the thing situation. But sure, I will empty her slump bucket, as it were.
Like into your mouth? Or
Yes, Jonathan. Into Brahm will literally eat the shit that he's... No, I'll wash it out and return it.
Bless your soul.
Thank you.
Then I'll give her a shiv and I'll say good luck. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Joke.
Sophia's watching Brahm.
As in, you will shiv her.
so when you come
exactly.
when you come
Give
up
her
to
a shiv
the
in
when
the
you come
ribs.
back up,
Yeah.
you see that Incisor is just outside the dungeon at this point. Did you get whatever you needed out of her?
To a certain extent.
Does she disappear now?
No. And I'm conflicted about it. But no, she does not.
Okay.
I'm asking you to, as much as you are able, please don't injure her any further.
There's a couple of rhapsodied mortals who might feel a bit differently about that sort of
Don't.
request.
Bring that up to me again, please. Makes me sick.
Yeah. Makes me sick too. But she just leans back against the wall and does not go into the dungeon again. Successes?
2.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
create
lasts
it.
an hour.
You don't even need it to last an
No,
hour,
exactly.
I assume.
Yeah.
So you do that.
Yeah.
It flutters up and away. And then you see Talus come out and stand next to you. He's just got this drawn, worried face.
What's up? Like, gesture to go back inside.
We're not in any position to do anything about this.
Nope.
Care Frost is under siege. It's gonna fall.
Care Frost is where she just was?
Mhm.
Okay. Did Sophia mention where Zeron was when she came back?
He's asleep in the spark. He's still
Okay,
pretty
he's here.
fucked
He
up.
came back with her. Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. When Sophia comes back, we'll let her know.
You sure that's a good idea? She's at least
She's been there.
safe here.
Yeah, she is, but she should know. She was just there.
Yeah, I know. I think that's why they are.
Well, then they'll either find out that she's no longer there and that they're slow as fuck, or they have other reasons to be there.
Well, you come up from the dungeons.
Yeah.
I look at Talith.
I'm gonna tell her people are gonna feel like they have to head over there, and then I'm gonna lose more of you.
We're not going. But Sophia, you should be aware of the fact.
Oh, I'm here. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
well, I don't know. Grom came up. I assume you were coming up with him?
Yep.
Yeah?
Here I
Well,
am.
you're
okay.
still in the garden.
No, I gestured for us to go back inside.
Oh, okay.
I assume he would have.
What's wrong?
Carefrost has been attacked. We're in no position to help them.
Like hell we are.
What can you do other than die?
Wayfare us there, we'll get Queen Laurel and bring her back here to safety.
I don't have the resources to do that. I don't have the health to do that.
Then we'll
Ron
find
doesn't have the
Alnec.
health to
we'll
do
find,
that.
We have to try.
I don't believe in throwing our lives away.
She wouldn't be in this mess if it wasn't for me.
That's debatable.
She is in a position of power. Just because you happen to be there could be complete
Did
coincidence.
not happen to be there. She gave us information. She was kind.
And she
Has resources that we do not.
made it known that she believes Broken Flight are traitors, some of whom deserve to be punished.
Exactly. So it's under siege? What's its chances looking like?
It's a coordinated assault. They're relatively sure that the gates will be breached within the hour.
That's madness.
And
Carefrost is
they
a
have
fortress.
no one with the ability to wayfare themselves out? Come on, Sophia. You know if they had the resources. If they were in a position where they wanted to run, they would.
So I just stay here and let it fall and know that I did nothing.
We need to find a way to the head of Broken Flight. Now that we know that there is one, now that we know that
They're distracted.
Mazer is
Not it.
misleaded or lying.
You know that there's a superior
A superior, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
I should
superior
know
to
that.
Halea. You
Mazer
don't
is
know if that
not-
person's the head of Broken Flight.
Very true. Very
Yeah,
true. A
but
superior.
also Mazer is not her specific superior.
Right.
They're distracted right now. It was at their dungeons. I know where those are. Again, we aren't in a position.
If there's anybody who has any responsibility, it would be Zeron. It's his house.
And he is still recovering.
Yeah, you try telling a Fiona what they can and can't do.
I'm not interested in sending any of you to your death. I'm not interested in accompanying any of you as you throw yourselves away to your deaths. I swore an oath to protect you. To stand by you, but to stand by your well-being. I cannot join you in a quest that is suicide.
What's the goal of attacking Carefrost? Like you said, it means they're distracted, and there has to be a lot of them if they're going to take over a fortress of that magnitude. So what is there that they need?
Either,
Mm-hmm.
And how can we take advantage of this?
either Queen Laurel or the prophecy, I would imagine.
Maybe they don't know what she gave us. Maybe they are trying to lure us there because they know that that's exactly what we would do, is go and help them. Maybe that is the stupid response that I would do.
It's not stupid, Lady Sophia.
It's compassionate.
Exactly.
Is there
They
no one
know you to be
nearby
compassionate.
lieges? Anyone else who could muster an army to help them? We
Oh.
can contact them, can't we?
It's House Fiona, you said?
Yes,
I'll speak to the Duke. And I'm gonna
he's the
call-
one who informed me.
Do you know what his intentions are?
Ooh.
His responsibilities are to ensure that the freeholds of this city are secure.
As I see it, I'm more than open to ideas, but as I see it, we have three options. Find evidence that leads us to this person, have a member of Broken Flight betray this superior, or follow
You would
the
be
trail
asking
for...
someone to break an oath.
Exactly.
Who can you convince to break an oath?
No one. Unless
Okay.
they are already an oath breaker.
What we need to take away whatever they're planning on trying to take. Or we need to strike. This is an opportunity. How long would it take to get the defense matrix back up again, even if it's only for a day?
I'm gonna like grab a fucking bar stool and get on top of it and pop it open and start looking at it.
Well, I mean, it's got Brahms' fingerprints all over it.
And he
So
was
it's
eating
covered in
peanut butter.
rock dust.
Rock dust and blueberry jam, baby.
I want you to roll me your wits crafts. Your difficulty is 8. It's not a diagnostic, by the way. This is just for you to know, like, this is, you will know how long it will take for you to fix.
There we go. That's not 3 1s on the fucking table for the first roll of the day.
Hey!
Difficulty 8, you said?
Yeah.
3 successes.
Whoa.
You can get it,
4 if I have
you
a
can get it
specialty.
back up
Yeah.
in 3 hours.
'Kay.
It will last a day.
Okay.
But the more that you're starting to tax the system, the more of a chance that at some point it's going to break
in
in
a
such a
much
way that
more
you're going to
permanent
need
way.
more help.
Yeah.
And very specifically, there is a chance every time you use it now,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to roll a die.
Oh.
If it comes up a 1, it's going to break in
donezo.
such a way that Zister's technology,
Yeah.
not yours, is
Yeah.
what broke. And you don't have access to them, so it will be
Yeah.
harder to fix.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, well, I can get this back up in 3 hours. So, what? Does that mean that we go get...
Not you.
I can't cast Wayfarer on someone remotely.
You can't cast Wayfarer what?
I can't give someone else Wayfarer. I can delay it on you to come back, but I can't delay it on someone who I don't have hands on. How are we going to get someone back?
Somebody in that castle has access to it. We need to get a message to make sure that we can ensure that we can get something here.
Whatever it is they want. And then draw the fight to us. Is that wise?
Sophia, I'm going to ask you to roll your intelligence Greymare. Difficulty is 7.
That's a bot.
Oh! Brutal.
Uh,
Brutskis.
Care Frost
God,
holds
why
the
this
original
one?
prophecy.
Yeah.
It may also hold other original prophecies in its library.
Yep.
That could be that could be handy. The advantage of an original versus a copy is that sometimes copies are incorrect, or sometimes copies don't copy everything. Hidden ink or cantrips woven into the prophecy would not be copied just by somebody retranscribing it or slapping it onto a Xerox machine. So it could be any of those. Carefrost also contains Queen Laurel, who is a outspoken and vigorous defender of both commoners and the monarchy. She's beloved as a queen, possibly even more so than Mab. So as one of the most popular monarchs, this could be a pretty good coup if they really wanted to destabilize the monarchy, is take away the popular monarchs.
It doesn't seem like particularly good PR, but I'll let them spin that. That's
Well, it's the thing is that if you take her,
yeah,
then inevitably somebody has to fill the void, and that
And-
person may not be as beloved.
very true.
It could be Queen Laurel. It could be. Maybe
Do you
there are more
think
prophecies in the library that.
help you isolate why they're attacking?
I don't know. I could go and collect as much as I can and come back.
You are too valuable a target. Send me.
No.
They're not looking for some satyr.
Are your combat capabilities what they were a few months ago?
I don't know, did you fix my arm right?
Never question a knocker's skills. You're good to go, soldier. Since they're trusting me, then I think you can.
I need 1 hour.
You have it. What else do you need?
What am I getting?
Bring back Queen Laurel, if she'll agree to go with you, and
If
any
she-
prophecies that you can find in the library.
And if she has a better idea of what they're after, of course, she's on the inside.
Prophecies, a queen. Anything else?
Yourself alive.
I still have to find Zister. You're
Can't
not
have
losing
him come
me.
back without you. Can you buff him up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Windrunner on him.
Oh, damn.
And then, yeah, basically I'm gonna start buffing him up.
I want to hug him and lift him off the floor and spin him around as my bunk.
We.
And on my sidearm.
Oh, shit. Where'd that come from? Damn.
What's my bunk?
So metallic fingers just wrap around it.
Yeah.
2.
If we draw them back here, at least whatever it is will be safe.
That's on
Oakenshield.
Oakenshield?
Wow. Dude's a tank. We do not know where the other cells in Montreal are hiding. We do not know who the superior is. We have many questions, Talus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a six success Windrunner?
5 successes, so that'll last my glamour an hour, so he'll be flying until he comes back.
Even after.
And then for, I think that's all I can give him. So I'm gonna give him, I'm gonna cast the with time, the Wayfarer.
Yep.
So time delay until he says go home. If that's a trigger that I can give him.
E.T. Go home,
Yeah.
fucker.
Yeah, Talus.
And for that, I'm going to get my Fitbit. Three successes. I don't know
Zeron
with time
walks in
how
as
that
you
works.
are basically casting all your
Yeah.
buffs from your hot
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah. So I guess it would take him 3 turns after he says
After
that.
he says go home.
Yeah.
Okay. What's
I look to Sophia. She knows Zeron and whether or not to inform him.
You have to promise me that after I say something to you, you will remain here.
an interesting promise to extract?
You have to promise me.
Very well.
Carefrost is under siege. Talus is going to retrieve Queen Laurel. He will be back within the hour. He will succeed. We cannot go. We are being watched. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you.
Tell us your
Oh shit!
Ah, where'd you get that?
Tell us you're handy with a dagger.
Golden braid, motherfucker.
Classic.
Tell us you're handy with a dagger. Are you equipped? Do you need additional equipment before I send you?
I need to travel light.
All right.
I've got a lot of things to carry on my way back.
Are those shoulder
That's
cannons?
him traveling light. Yeah,
Oh, sure,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
a couple of kegs.
Zister will kill me if you don't come back, so you'll have two lives on your hands if you don't.
Like some pretty boy, she'd be able to take you down.
2 successes, so in 3 rounds. So then it would be in 2 rounds. God, it's 5 minus. So 2 rounds for his time delayed one, 3 rounds now. So basically,
What's something I can tell Laurel that'll make her know that I'm on the up and up?
Did anything happen between you that she would only know from you, Lady Sophia? Lady Sophia, this is
we
important.
have a particular type of tea.
Tell her there's soup back here at the Spark. That
Okay.
Sophia is making soup.
And he just
type of soup.
dematerializes, and Zeron's like, yes, soup would be what I would have thought of.
Is something going on?
Shut up, Brom. Oh my god! He's dead! He's dead! He's been killed!
Third time's the charm, am I right, ladies? Oh.
Oh my god! My god!
Kung Fu
That
Fenders,
went.
avenge me!
Oh.
Right here.
I'm
Holy
glad that I didn't go
shit.
searching for it with my hands.
Whoa!
Late night comedy. Damn, dude.
So he's gone.
I'm gonna call Granville anyway.
And I'm going to go back inside with Sir Zeron and Lady Sophia.
But you're in the exhaust.
I've
They
headed to
came
the
back
bar.
in from the garden.
We're going to take Sir Zeron aside.
Sophia is pouring herself a bourbon. It's 2
Yes.
o'clock.
We're going to retrieve her and anything that she thinks they're after and bring her back to the Spark, and we're going into lockdown. Again.
You shouldn't be going anywhere.
No. I'm not. Sophia isn't. Rom isn't.
What about Zeron?
Talus is gone.
Talus? You putting the arms of the queen into someone Oathbreaker?
Yes. So I suppose it's our last chance to test him.
There's some kind of line in there like it's the ones with the oaths that I don't trust.
Hey, Lamau. No, but seriously. Blah, blah, blah.
So expect a full-out assault team to be surrounding the Spark within the next few hours.
If they know that that's where he ended up.
I suppose just have eyes out and keep your folks safe and evacuate them if you feel it's safest. But know that
Seriously.
Stupid water.
know that your allegiances to your house.
Aw, that's nice.
Thanks, Pook.
We need you to narrate our lives, please.
Truth.
Know that your allegiances to your house don't have to be split. Know that we're gonna draw the fire away from them.
You need to find a way to protect the queen from view until you can get the defense matrix back up.
Absolutely. We're apparently being watched. Hopefully they aren't monitoring this call, I suppose. Ha 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 ha. Fuck. Booyakasha.
Fuck, Booyakasha!
Incredible.
Prank call, click.
Yeah. Be safe. Yeah, that's becoming the way that we say goodbye to each other now, isn't it? I don't think inviting you and or your companions in here would be a safer place.
Let's not put all of our eggs in one basket. I'm going to have to officially request that Zeron stay with you so that he can protect our queen.
I doubt he'd have it any other way.
You'd be surprised what he'd be willing to do if you tell him.
I'll pass along the order or the request.
Understood.
Let's go out for dinner in a few weeks after this all calms down.
Sure.
Pop, have a pint, wait for the whole thing to blow over.
They're all this stuff.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Hold me to a lot of things.
Talk soon.
Yeah.
Boop.
So the waiting game begins.
Yep, you're to get healthy so that you can protect the queen.
Ah.
Those are your orders. Or it's a request, I suppose.
Yes, Steward. I will
It's a
do
request
as
from
my
the Duke.
lord commands.
And I climb back. I get a proper step ladder and climb back up and start.
Audacious.
Incredibly. Either they have resources beyond our comprehension, or this is everything they have.
I think they're maybe losing their footing, striking out. I hope. I'm speaking with hope.
We know that they seem to have a considerable amount of fae behind them, but perhaps not a lot of power. Care Frost is a solid freehold that would provide them with more than enough glamour. the prophecies are contained there. And yes, the Queen, but it is a lot of resources to dedicate for something that would involve a lot of loss on both sides.
This is what I don't understand, Sir Zeron. The whole aim of this movement seems to be trying to get at the High Queen. And yet, if they do not know where she is, they have been trying other methods to get to her, through us, through perhaps Queen Laurel, we're not sure. But without knowing the head of the beast, how are we to cut it off?
Kenwyn comes into the exhaust now.
I definitely do a double take, right? Yeah, I've been out.
And I'm
I do
less
a quadruple
surprised
it.
because Patches told me.
Do a
Hi.
quadruple take for sure.
You can either stay here because we're going into lockdown, or you can leave, but you're probably safer staying here.
I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go.
Well, then you're welcome here.
This place has become a sort of sanctuary for victims of broken flight.
Are you at liberty to disclose the name of the person who gave you those letters?
Damn. Normally my contract contains a clause that if I'm betrayed, then I'm able to speak as openly as I like. But I failed to deliver the final letter. Until I do that, I haven't completed my own.
Helena's letter.
No, the final letter was for Paris, was it not?
I delivered that one under Kenwyn's orders.
Did he get it?
He
Yes.
did.
It lit him on fire, Sir Kenwyn.
Had a cantrip bound to it.
My
Details.
client, while I was put into contact with him through the troll who you have been dealing with, Halea, my client is a satyr. His name is Mazer.
Oh. God damn it. That's
Hooray.
amazing.
All right, very
Point
good,
by
very
point.
good.
She said, taking a
It's
huge
amazing.
swig of bourbon.
Sir Kenwyn, you were to deliver messages on his behalf. Did it appear that he was working for anyone else? Did he give any indication of his goals?
My service is to be able to deliver messages through a neutral party so that there doesn't need to be
Unpleasantness? Bloodshed? Conflict?
Lady Sophia,
What?
Sir Kenwyn is doing his
Kenwyn
best
knows my
under the
thoughts.
circumstances.
Yeah, we don't love you all of a sudden.
No.
That's for damn sure.
I don't.
But you're welcome to stay safe here.
My anger with you has abated. I'm finding a new source for it. This satyr named Mazer, who almost killed Brahm twice, who was the source of the attack on Sir Zeron and yourself, who lit Paris on fire, and who knows what else.
Did you have a way of contacting him other than through Halea?
no.
Do you know how he was going to know that you were done with your assignment?
My word.
So you were to report back to him?
I
Or
was to send
to-
his final message, yes. He has a cellular telephone with a number that I was supposed to call.
What's the number?
Gives you a number. It's a 438.
Oh, it would be.
Ew.
Yuck!
Yeah,
Coos!
hasn't been living
Wow,
here for
guys.
10 years. Well, your task is complete. How do you feel about, the fact that they seem to have opened fire on you before you're done your job?
I would say that that's a breach of our contract.
And?
I'd also say that I don't have any concrete evidence that it was Mazer who ordered the attack. But I'm less inclined to care.
Do you have any other outstanding oaths to members of Broken Flight? To Helea, to...
Only to myself.
Will you stand with us against them?
I think that's a safe bet.
Welcome to the Spark, Kimlin.
You have my thanks, steward.
And we have your blade. Hopefully.
Oh, sorry. I was wondering, like, were you asking for him to, like, surrender his...
Oh, no.
weapon?
And we have your blade.
And my axe, and my thing.
And my axe, yeah, exactly.
And my
Like,
hand.
in solidarity with us, we
Yeah.
have your support. Yeah.
And my harp. Maybe not my
Oh
harp.
shit.
No, go back to drinking martinis. No, she's detoxing. It's good.
Yeah, she's
Bring
detoxing.
Mab downstairs before I lock us in.
No, Mab's here.
Oh.
She's been hanging out. She's taking a nap.
She's not feeling great.
She's fine.
She's got a very, very tiny little bucket that she just keeps tucking into the hem of Sophia's dress.
God damn.
Amazing.
I'm rolling for banality like every
That's
3
so
minutes.
filthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is it. Do you need any help? The
If
mechanism's incredibly complicated.
Yeah.
Your professional arrogance would dictate that you're the only person currently in the Spark who would have any
Where's
chance.
Cog?
Maybe Talus and maybe Cog could help
Where's
you.
Cog? Is he still here?
He's in this freehold, yes.
God, I hope so.
I will stride off in search of Cog. We left him in one of the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Unless you...
Could you see if Cog's fit to help me out?
Of course.
Cog is in his room. You see that when the door opens, he's got an old school blueprint that's unrolled on his desk, and he's got various books
Heavy objects,
holding them down, and he's trying to go over them when he looks up. Oh, hi. Any news?
There's much to discuss. Patches needs your help.
He bolts out of his chair and then trips over his own feet and stumbles out of the door.
I too.
But like he
was
has that sort of thing where
15 or
he's like
16.
trying to keep going
Yeah.
through the stumble. So
Yeah.
I love that.
I have Helea's word that she's hidden your mother somewhere safe that they don't know. We don't know, but we're being watched, so if we go to her, she's at more risk than if we leave her alone. Now, can you go down to the shop and get
my
me
God.
this object, this object, this object, this object?
Wait, no, what? What?
I'm sending Cog down to the shop to basically get me a list of tools to help me repair the
Send him out alone.
the
down
workshop.
to the workshop.
Oh, the workshop. I thought you meant like fucking Home Depot.
Excuse me, guys. I'm just gonna go over to Hog Hardware.
Oh my
go
God.
Down, go down
Oh my
to the
God.
Canadian
Oh,
Tire, right?
Do you take
You
Bitcoin?
can't just send him out. Patches, no. Okay, now it all makes
You don't
sense.
sell a flux capacitor.
Guys, he's the perfect bait. He was that one time. He'll do it again.
Oh my God.
So he goes down in a knowing around. Sugar, he's going.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Poof.
now that we're here, that we're all together,
Just ignite Zeron and Kenwyn, just as it was meant to be. Oh.
Incisors in the
Hate that
building.
guy. Incisor.
Cog's in the building.
Cog.
Don't forget
Saley
Saley and your dad
And Malcolm.
having
So-
their own picnic.
So currently the inhabitants of the Spark are
Biggest crew I've ever.
the three of you,
Yeah.
Cog, Saley, your father. Ramsey is not there.
No, Ramsey had gone wandering, I think, right?
Fala has not been seen since yesterday,
Yeah.
which you haven't mentioned to anybody yet.
No, I know. She's probably
I
dead.
thought she came back.
No. She covered our exit.
No, but I thought Saley mentioned that she came back
She did,
and was
but
in
she
a bad
left
way.
again.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay,
I
gotcha.
didn't hear
Yeah.
that, but that's okay.
She doesn't stick around places.
Damn it.
Halea and Claude are in the dungeon. Keypad's there.
Keep at us
Um,
an NPC entry.
Paris,
Yeah.
Cog,
Just walking around.
and Sizer. So I'm going to ask each of you to roll me a die of luck. I'm going to remind you that we have an outstanding botch on the field.
Yeah. Guys,
This
if
was
I get
the
a one,
worst
this is gonna
night
be
for rolls
incredible.
ever.
Okay, no.
Okay, wow.
A set.
Oh my god, I've never rolled so badly in this game before.
I mean,
Next to
I
the
didn't
one
end up
thing.
botching, but I had so many ones in all of my pools.
Oh my god, it's just comically bad. Comically bad tonight.
All right.
This is what I get for unshunning my shun dice.
So, because it's now, well, because you rolled a 1 and you rolled a 1, the decision is going to land on Scott.
No! Don't make me make strategic decisions.
Who do
Scott.
we eat to stay alive?
Cog, it's very obvious.
He's so skinny.
Fine, you're dead.
Okay.
So, I'm
Yeah.
going to give you 3 choices.
Okay.
You are allowed to make 1. I am going to point out that these choices may not be mutually exclusive.
Okay.
Does Talus return with
Oh my god.
the original texts of the 3 prophecies held at Carefrost, of which you have seen 1? Does he return with Queen Laurel? Or does he return with what the leader of the siege was looking for first?
I have to ask you whether you need my response right now on the stream. I'm
have-
willing to give it. I have an answer.
You have 25 seconds to give me your answer.
I appreciate my fellow Ignite members not trying to lead the troop here. I'm going to make the worst decision of all time, probably. What the leader of the siege was looking for first.
Cool. You get the other 2.
Oh!
Yay!
Rob immediately collapses in a heap of stress and anxiety.
HQL.
But you don't know that. Well, Brahm doesn't know that, I should say.
Because Brahm's blind now.
Oh god.
You got him.
Oh my gracious.
You're still here. Hello.
But as Talus rematerializes in the spark, in one arm holding 3 pieces of parchment, all crumpled in the same way that you found yours.
What a badass.
And in the other arm, his arm wrapped around a creature of such immense beauty that she even eclipses Sophia.
Okay, so I'm falling down.
We'll have to end the session there.
Son of Wonder if it's like if there is something else, whether one of those things whether those things were being looked for first, or whether there was a treasure as well on the table, whether there was.
Look, they were probably looking for the alcohol first, let's be
Oh,
honest.
sure,
So
imperial.
maybe you'd made the right decision.
But they're looking for the gate first.
They're
right?
actually looking for you, so you would have just returned and been like, I choose you. Pokemon.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Good session.
I'm furious at these.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm so mad at you.
I mean, you have every
was
right
great.
to be mad. Your dice were not
It was
complying.
utter shit.
I had built up to my 9 nightmare dice, and then I was like, wait, I've still got all these red dice out, and I only have 1 nightmare, so I should put those away and take out my normal dice.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Whoa. There are all your
Yeah,
successes.
really. You have 1 week to think about what you've done.
Wow.
There was no drink counter today, as there was no mod
mods.
to keep track of it.
And we missed you, Mom.
We drink.
See that on the VOD.
Who's here in chat? Who is paying attention a lot?
We're gonna find out. People are like, what?
Yeah.
Like, who's
we were like,
around
I
for the
passed out
whole
for
session?
A while. I was watching the game.
I've taken
Ooh.
plenty of drinks today.
I have to say, I'm. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna save this for my one that I learned today. That's what
Ah,
it
there
is.
you
Never
go.
mind. Never mind. I'm not saying anything yet. If you're still doing experience for that sort of thing.
I'm asking because either I come up with the play of the game, or
I learned something.
someone else does.
I slipped for 10 minutes. They caught me slipping.
Fenris is like me this
You slipped
afternoon.
for a
It's
little
like,
longer
"Ugh."
than 10 minutes, I think, Kung Fu Fenris. If
What?
what you say was the last thing you remember was...
Weirdness seems pretty confident. Look at this. Attention. Yes?
Yes?
weirdness, if you feel comfortable...
No, fair
I
enough,
wasn't keeping that
weirdness.
close attention. That's fair. I don't know if there's anybody who's qualified to put forward a play of the game.
Just you,
nomination.
John. Just you. We could all assign a play of the game to each other.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we could try.
No.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah.
You guys have your own things that you've got to take care of and pay attention to. So I'm going to ask you to start thinking about what you learned. And I will put it this way. Your play of the games are going to be things you didn't do.
Oh.
Patches didn't murder 10,000 people.
Neither did
Whoa.
Sophia.
Neither did Brahm. The end.
Ta-da.
So I'm gonna throw that up
We
there.
managed to not lose our shit around Halea. I'm really proud. I think this shows progress for
Good
us.
work, everyone.
I mean, that's
I feel like we're growing.
I tend to feel a little better about people who saved my life multiple times in the same day.
She's manipulating
Brahm, you
but it's
sweet
okay,
summer
Brahm. I'm
child.
glad you're alive.
God damn it.
I don't even know what that word means, so thanks.
Alive?
No, manipulation.
Oh.
Alive. You don't know that either.
I was like, I feel like you're bad at remembering what that word means and that it's important.
No, I went up for manipulation 1 ages ago, but like I'm still.
There you go.
all right.
Sound
So
effect.
this is
Yeah.
this is very basic, but we're doing this because we're doing this.
I'm into it.
Today's play of the game are 3 things that you did not do.
Ooh.
The first is, Sophia, you did not kill Halea.
Woohoo!
Well, that's
Yeah.
not how you spell Halea. But
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
But okay, we're going for it. It's fine.
Patches, you did not send a member of Ignite out of the Freehold.
Bon.
And Brahm, you didn't turn on your motley as per your troll interests. So that's a vote 0, 1, or 2 now. Elizabeth, what did you learn?
Shit lines.
It's the spelling is this.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to correct.
Oh,
Yeah, you-
Halea.
Halea, yeah.
Halea.
Sorry.
It's actually 1 letter change. It's fine.
All right.
You have a little
Yeah, I
typo
thought it
in
was.
your-
I thought it was
your
A, but it
poll.
was E this whole time.
Hell. Leo.
Sophia hates that she needs to think of herself as a pawn that Broken Flight could use for their own gain, and that she can't take actions that she wants to take without there being consequences. I feel
What
like
actions would those be?
going to help Queen Laurel. She's furious at herself that she even went to Carefrost now that she knows that they're all being tracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very she feels quite fettered right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Patches learned two things. Re-solidified that she will not make promises that she cannot keep until her death. Hearing all these people that are like, oh, but my oath. And
Fair.
very, yeah, it's like, fuck you. But also that ends, as much as ends can sometimes justify means, ends do not justify all means. I don't care if you're saving all of the dreaming, there are some things you don't do to accomplish that.
She's getting more like absolute in her beliefs.
Nah,
in
fuck.
in a sense.
Fuck. Yeah,
Do
go.
you hear the people sing?
What?
Oh.
No, I'm just like, shit, she's becoming more delirious.
I think I've probably said this before, but not in a like I learned setting. I learned today that Broken Flight is like the
bad group.
they're bad. They're the bad guys. They're an intangible, like slippery devil. These guys. More specifically, what I learned today is that Broken Flight is, I believe, the most difficult enemy we've faced in the game so
Completely
far.
agree. Yep.
And I only say that because I think most of the enemies we've faced so far in the game have either been overt threats, or
Pretty dumb.
or pretty dumb,
Or redeemable.
or redeemable, or not so overt threats who we kind of catch in the act and then we're able to like fight them. These people apparently have the resources to like track all of us at all times, potentially, have a bunch of our friends in custody somewhere that we don't know. Like untrackable, oath breakable. Well, not technically, not technically, but like Cup of Fenris, I love King Melge. I love the storyline there. And who's to say the he? Anyway, never mind. I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say
no,
it.
it's
Oh,
Mel's.
I
just behind
swear
all
to
of
God, if it's Mel's
Dude,
Broken
I
Flight,
was half
will
expecting
flip
her to be
all
like,
the tables.
that mask or something today.
Yeah, and that's
I was
why
half expecting
Kyoko
it.
is like, they can't talk about it. It's because she's back in the mix.
Fuck. Oh, damn it.
this. You know who else is back in the mix? It's Elizabeth Neale.
Woo! Thanks, peeps.
Hey.
Much obliged.
Sophia.
I like how the default is you can no longer vote on anything, and you're like, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa, I don't
Hey,
know
hey,
if I'm
hey,
giving
whoa,
away
whoa,
my
whoa,
constitutional
hey,
right.
wait,
Whoa, whoa,
wait.
whoa, whoa. Hey, did I add how much sex P did I get for the threesome, by the way? I never added it.
1.5, come on.
Come on. Hey, voila.
Okay.
Do you think that you get more sex P if you involve more than one person?
Yes?
Sure.
If you dream it, you can
Thank
believe
you.
it. Hey.
If you dream
Whoa,
it,
Group
you
Fenris.
can
Whoa,
do it.
Whoa.
Not a lot of votes today,
Still
but
don't
of
have a
course
hope in
it's
hell in
also
catching
the
badges.
superb owl. So
True.
you know, people have. I also respect that some people may choose not to vote if they didn't see the whole episode. Right?
Or you know,
Sort of like how
something sick is
should you
happening
vote on
in the
Best
Super
Picture at the
Bowl.
Oscars if you've only seen one of them?
No.
That would truly be a
Just watch
disgrace.
Netflix at home by yourself. No one wants your opinion. Sorry. Whoa.
Holy shit.
Tell if I
Ooh,
really
you
feel
hear
it.
Yeah,
the people
seriously.
say-
I mean,
Cooking
Excuse me?
Cooking escapades.
I mean, specifically in that instance, if you've only seen one of the nominees and you're voting, that's not a thing.
it's pretty shitty.
That's
The third quarter in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not seeing anymore, obviously.
I made bigos. What?
Vigo's art.
So
Big egos?
I'm also going to
must
remind
know.
people that we are in the presence of one of the top 100 any percent speedrunners of Untitled Goose Game.
I'm so
Honk.
proud of you, Kate. Like, honestly,
Honk.
I've never done anything like that. So
Never
happy.
amounted to anything.
Whoa.
It's okay.
No.
Literally,
Whoa.
if you can ever complete it,
Yeah.
you will be in the top 100.
Oh.
There are only 91 submissions, or 92 after me. But I'm 85 or 87.
Speed honking.
That's good. Speed honking.
You actually don't have to honk.
No. Well, no. Press. You have to, the first thing you do in the
yes,
whole
you do.
game.
You have to press
You
honk.
start your split on the
You
honk.
have to honk to
Three,
start.
two, one,
Start it
honk.
on the honk.
Man, that
That's
game's
great.
speedrunning. is
You
so
get the.
stressful.
Is it possible that we might see some more streams from people in the coming week?
I might speed honk at some point throughout the week. I'm off, but off weeks are a myth.
And who knows what I'll do? I'm a wild card, baby.
You know, if you bother him on Twitter, I
It's
have
true,
the good authority
it's
that
true.
sometimes he's
It is
guilted
true,
into
actually.
doing
If I get
things.
like 10 to 20 notifications of like, you should stream, I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I should stream. What about Friday though, Elizabeth?
So Friday, yes, there will be Punchy. Very exciting. I also
Dream
want to
Daddy?
throw out. I'll talk to Jess
No,
for sure.
or me,
we'll
whatever.
try to figure it out. Kate, are you free on Saturday?
I do believe I am.
So tentatively, we're doing Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yeah, let's try to
on
finish.
Saturday for Story
Yes.
Saturday.
I'm free.
Also, oh sorry, go. The Punchy Book Club. The next one will be March 15th, and we're doing something different for season 4. We're doing all the one series. So we're going to be reading Saga in its entirety. And month
Saga
1
of Saga.
is reading Volume 1 and Volume 2 because we've already read Volume 1 in the past. March 15th, if you feel so inclined, join us, please.
Nice. That's a cool idea.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for it.
You want Ex Machina?
You know, if it
No.
is
It's the only series.
It's too many.
Ex Machina,
Yeah. That was
oh, you have read all of them.
I have up to a certain point.
And I think it's
You
too
want
many
the
for a
rest?
season.
It's all sitting
more
in
than
there. Anyway, and they now have a television series that's going to be made, and
Oh,
it's
shit.
Oscar Isaac.
Of course it is. Okay.
So
all
Poe
right.
Dameron is going to be.
Sorry, John. Pooh, please. I think I know my character's name.
Okay.
I can read all of those.
Pooh Dameron.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
If you actually do want to find out whether people are doing something, Twitter's a good place to check. A better place to check is the Discord.
Hey.
Lots of information has been going back and forth in there. It's definitely a good place to be. The link to the Discord is on the screen below, but it's also right
Get to the
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be Put that cookie down.
So that's a good place to go if you want to discuss things with us or keep track of individual streams and the like. I mean, hey, She Who Knows 10,000 Things and Entropy's Disciple, and Crosshair, and Aragorn, we miss you. Sorry that you weren't here. We'll see
Yeah.
you next time. Hopefully the
Miss you.
superb owl will work out for one of you and sleep will work out for the other.
True.
Look, there's a lot of stuff that you can do if you're watching streams. One of the things that I can absolutely encourage you to do is just watch out for each other, because
Yeah.
it's been a rough January. So, you know, like, keep track of each other. We're all struggling, and some of us even managed to get better. So just hold on to each other in that way. Thank you to the three of you, and thank you to everybody who's watched today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
this guy.
But, you know, one thing that I can say is that we'll be back here Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Changeling Streaming. That'll be episode 111.
Dear God.
So today's date is a palindrome, 2020-0202.
True.
Where episode?
Sorry. And then next episode is also going to be a palindrome because it's going to be 111.
111.
Dude.
But don't forget, no matter what, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Prom.
What?